you guys love fiddling up with Figma, but let's now focus to the theory part, like the boring part. Okay. So there's this program called Extreme Affordability Program, which challenges Stanford students to solve problems who are living in the third world countries and change their lives. And these students, they were challenged to work on to develop an incubator. You know, like an incubator is for the baby who are born prematurely. And what they thought is like these incubators cost $1,000 to $50,000, and what they thought was like they wanted to build a cost-effective version of the incubator, and simpler or cost-effective. I mean, so why this story caught up is like they started their journey from Kathmandu, Nepal. They went through the Kathmandu, they went to the rural part of Nepal, and what they discovered is like there are incubators already in the hospital and they are not used. And the problem was not the incubators. The problem was the resources that we have. We didn't have a better road. We don't have electricity. So the baby who are premature, they are not even able to see hospitals because there are no roads to reach to hospital, and they die. And so this turned their idea, like, first of all, they assumed that third world countries didn't have like expensive incubators, but there were incubators, but the main problem was the road, right? And they also went to India, and what they found is they then changed their design. Mm, They then changed their design. So once they change, they have this, they can use this, um, they designed this more like a sleeping bag incubator for baby, where you can put in hot water so that you don't need electricity. And in some of the versions, like electrical versions, there were like strip where you saw that the temperature is high or low for the baby. And there was another problem, like most of the people in India, or I believe even in Nepal, we have that belief that if we are having, if you are getting some medicines from the Western side of the world, those medicines are really powerful. Just break it half and consume it. So that the same thing happened to this incubator. Like most of the people were just turning it up into the half, and it was not working. And after like knowing their belief, they changed the design and just put the OK indicator in this incubator. So the cost reduced from like 50,000 or $10,000 to 25 USD. That's really, really cheap at that time. And I went to their website, and it's now $75. I believe it's due to inflation. But the main catch of this story is like, if they were not here to study about their users, then they would not have invented this incubator. They would have just invented a cost-effective incubator, and that would just rot in the hospitals, right? So, so the main thing here is the empathy. The moral of this story is we cannot design a user-centric product unless we break our bubble, right? We need to break our bubble and step into our users' shoes or sandals, step into users' shoes and sandals. So, um, um, so empathy is the heart of the design, right? And without empathy, your product is useless. It's just for you, or it's just your imagination. For example, if you are making a software application, developing you need to ask, like, are we developing the right product? Yes, we are developing a right product. Then is it accessible to the people? Is there internet? Do they have like better devices? And yes, everything is good. Then is it complex to use, or is there a language barrier there? So these are the questions that you are going to ask when you practice design thinking. Let me go through another short story. It's about Airbnb. They were not having good time like 11 years ago because of the very dark and grainy pictures in their website. And those pictures were uploaded by their customers, right? With their iPhones, maybe like 10, 11 years old iPhones. They're obviously grainy at that time. And people were not booking much rooms in Airbnb because that problem. The founders found that, and what they decided is to rent camera, hop into their customer's place and take the pictures. And once they did that, the revenue doubled. But again, the revenue was not much. It was nearly like 200 or $400 a week, I believe. But that's like 11 years back. And but it's not that the photograph enhanced their website. The main catch of this story is that they went and met their customers. Right? Sorry. So they met their customers. And the problem here is like, sorry, the catch here is like when they met their customers, they knew more problems about them. And one of the investors who knew design thinking, they asked the founder of Airbnb to stop coding right now and go meet your clients and go meet your customers. So what they realized is like visiting customers solved more problems than the founder sitting in front of this screen typing the codes. So I'm not sure it's really practiced now, but at that time, what they wanted is like everyone joining in the company needs to meet their customer in their first week and document everything. Okay, stories. So stories here, like positive stories are going to like change your mind. It's like a psychological thing. And if I let you know about this positive stories, then what I said is like, I said like positive vibes of design thinking in your mind, and you will believe that design thinking is going to work. It's going to work. So let's go with this textbook definition, and it's really long, it's boring. I really didn't want it to have it here, but you need to have this definition in a design thinking class. So design thinking is a human-centered approach and to innovation that draws from designer's toolkit to integrate the needs of people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirements of the business. So it's more like a triangle, and a triangle of people, technology, and business, right? But the first thing is human-centered. So the human and people, it's repeating, right? So I have shortened this definition to like 11 words or 12 words. Design thinking is a user-centered problem-solving approach backed up by data. That is it. That is it. It's a problem-solving approach or technique. It's user-centered, always user or human-centered. And there should be data. You are not going to randomly solve a problem. You need to have data. All right. So I have that definition on top of this screen so that you can always read that if you are confused. So let me explain these three parts, like user-centered. User-centered means like you need to engage with them, just like in our story, you need to talk to them, you need to empathize, you need to observe them, and empathy. Choose not better I could find. And then problems. So are we solving all the problems? I have relationship problems. I have relationship problems with my boss. Am I going to solve it with design thinking? No. You don't want to do, you don't want to risk your job just to test that your boss is going to fire you or not, if you are going to like abuse him or if you are going to nap on the work. So it's not going to work because for the simple problems, there's we always have human instinct. You know, by your heart, or your brain tells that, no, don't do that. You don't want to test in your relationship, or you don't want to test simple things, right? There's instinct. But beside that, there are three problems. One is tameable, another is complex, and the other one is wicked problem. So tameable problem is more like the problems that for which we already know solutions, we already have formulas. For example, if there's a river, then you already know that you need to make a bridge. So there might be a few calculations there, but at least you know that you need to make a bridge there. And for the complex problems are the problems where you don't have definite technology, or you don't have definite solutions, but at least you know that there is going to be solution for that complex problem. It's just that you need good technique to solve that problems, or set of tools or expertise. And then there is this wicked problem. Wicked problems are the problems where, first of all, we don't know the problems, and once we solve or try to solve them, then only we know that what's the problem is, right? So once you dive deeper, then only you are going to know, well, so this is the problem. Okay, and then we have data backed. So what is data? So data is what we collect during our interactions with our user or our secondary resources. We are going to talk about this later on, but for now, data is more like interviews, it's usability tests, it's more like analytics. Okay, so design thinking is for everyone. And we know the definition about the design thinking, that even though it has the word design, it is not meant for designer only, or it's not really related with the UI or the looks or aesthetics of the product. It's just the mindset, a name given to a mindset, a set of steps given to a mindset. So when we are saying that I'm applying design thinking, it doesn't mean that you are trying to design some beautiful things to solve a problem. It's not that. Because you can solve, because the result of design thinking could be anything. It can be software, it can be list of steps, it can be an Excel sheet, spreadsheet, or a document, or even a role play or a drama or a video. So the outcome can be anything. So it's not related to AI, or sorry, UI and all the things. So design thinking brings like ideas from and concepts from all the fields. It's mostly applicable for all the domains, all the verticals like health, finance, even journalism. There are articles about journalism, and large corporations like Google, IBM, they are already following design thinking, and they have successfully applied design thinking, and they have their own improvised version of design thinking. For example, design sprints are improvised versions of Google Venture. Then enterprise design thinking is improvised version of IBM's for design thinking. And so, so examples are like air travel or health software. Like if you search for success stories of design thinking, then you are going to get a list of them. But again, like there are some products like these, and design thinking says like you are going to generate out of the box ideas if you are practicing design thinking. And there are some ideas which is like out of the universe. That's not made entirely for human. I believe they are for aliens. For example, there's this IoT devices which tells you that the eggs are like going to finish, so you need to buy. And there's this failed application called Facebook Home. I believe you know about it. It was like 6-7 years old launcher. And whenever you open your phone, you are going to like hit by someone's phone. Oh, sorry, someone's picture. And even for the simple applications like to call anyone, you have to unlock your phone, then drag your profile to launch the app launcher, and then you need to tap for the phone. And that's like basically 3 to 4 taps just to open the phone. Like, I don't know what happens in the emergency cases, like if you don't have internet. And there's this fantastic app called iNap at work, which produces random sounds out of keyboard or mouse or the paper or sharpeners, so that you can nap on the while we are working, and your app is producing all the sounds. And So these are the ideas where developers are thinking just sitting inside their bubble, that they are not approaching their user. Is my product really going to be useful to my users or consumers? I know like INAP work might be a fun project for someone, but again, like Facebook Home, that's really not thoughtful launcher, right? Just revising the design thinking definition again, it is a user-centered problem-solving approach backed by data. So user-centered and data is mostly what we are going to do in our work today. So till now, do we have any questions? Uh, I think Sati Kumar is like, had changed the background to black. Or somebody has changed the background to black. Okay. Do we have any new? So if we have any new people in our event, it would be great if you can go to the Figma and fill up your identity card. Okay, that's good. Do we have, how can design be used in academics or in research? I will design thinking. I'm not sure how you are going to apply for a specific academic or research thing, but what I can say is like there is this school called Adyan School backed up by Leapfrog, and we already have courses for design thinking there, and students are like, if they are given any problem, they apply this design thinking process. So this is the process, sorry. This is the process, and they already know about it, and they're applying it. And research is already a part of design thinking. So let's move to that. And I think after that, whether the workshop answers this question or we will have a discussion in the end, we can come back to this question again. So there might be situation when you know a problem and even know that there might be a solution, but you don't know like how to reach there. You might go round and round and round, wasting your time and resources, going back and forth, and just like a complex problem. And even if you reach to the solution, it's like already late. Like your competitors are already ahead or something, right? The technology is already old. So that is why design thinking has the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. And we are going to work on this today. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Okay, so as said, we can apply this to any domain. And the prototype means for us, like we are talking about, if we are talking about digital products, then the prototype might be apps or wireframes or clickable prototypes. Or if we are talking about physical products like chairs or sofa or toy, or even a car or motorcycle, then the prototype could be, you know, like it could be a drawing, or it could be a 3D mock-up, right? Or even it could be a clay mock-up, right? So it could be anything. So this design thinking, if you zoom out of this, all these steps, it's actually divided into two parts. One is the problem space and other is the solution space. And if you look at this, it's more like given 50-50 of weight. Empathize and define it more is more like problem space, where you find about the problem of your user, your pain points of the users or customers, and then you list down which one is the worst or the most which needs most weightage, and once that is done, then you start ideating. And so let me do this. Can you see my cursor? If not, then let me use this pointer. I don't know if you can see it, but if you see this converge and diverge, like this thing, these lines are converging, they are going outwards, right? So what does that mean is like while you are empathizing, you need to collect lots and lots of information. So this means that you are collecting lots and lots of information. Like you are going for the quantity there. You want to have like 1,000 lists of problems there, right? And once you have that 1,000 lists of problems, that's not going to be 1,000, but then you are going to narrow it down. You're funneling it up, you are categorizing it, you are clustering it, and you will have like solid like 10 top 10 problems, defined problems, right? And once you have those defined problems, then you are again opening up, right? So ideate means you are going to generate more idea, like so 1,000 problems, then yes, you are going to generate 1,000 ideas, maybe 1,000 ideas, right? And again, once you have like 1,000 ideas, you are again funneling it up, like which one is the best, which one is more impactful, which one is more feasible, which one are the one which we can execute. And then once those are closed, then you design it, prototype it, and then you test it. Okay, so three things to have. First is people, hakali dal bhat tarkari. So why used rice and curry in the people is like for design thinking. Design thinking is a teamwork. It's not like I'm sitting alone in my room and yes, I want to do design thinking, and you are just thinking. That's not like going out of your bubble. You are not breaking your bubble. You need people from all of your like partners. You want all of your partners there. You want um, some people from marketing backgrounds. You want your stakeholders there. You want people from technology background. You want designers there. And if possible, you want your end users or customers there as well. So you might have like 5 to 7 people who are like a team and working for this session, right? And the process, we already know the process, like 5 steps, right? That is defined. Idea, prototype, test, and place and tools. Like before we had this online workshop and all, there's also like rule or belief that you need to have a perfect setup for design thinking, because you need to have whiteboards, you need to have stickies, you need to have markers, lots of stationaries so that you can draw, lots of paper, a confined room, or a conference room with a very large screen, right? So all of these resources, but now like we are doing everything online. So we are using tools like Figma, or there's other tools. There are other tools like Miro or Jamboard by Google, right? And you can even use other tools and Zoom, of course. So these are the tools that you need to do design thinking practice. So it's more like what is design thinking? It's all user centered and all data. So so if you want to go back to the definition again, then this is the definition: user-centered problem-solving approach backed up by data. And if you want to, so let's move to empathize. And I've already so let's say on the top we have this all the process going on, so that you know that where we are. Okay, let's come back again to the empathize. So there are mostly like 3 things that we want to do. One is contact. Okay, that's really no in this time. But again, like we need to engage with our user. And that could be through interviews or any other interactions, right? And during the interviews, you really want to know their emotions, right? And other thing is like observation. You want to know like how users are currently working. For example, like they are working on in front desk, and they are really having problem with a guest book, right? Then what you want to do is you want to sit there and observe like how your user or is solving their problem, like and like how many times do they have to record manually, record their guest information manually. How many times do they have to permit someone inside the office? And you have to involve yourself. You have to observe your user and not be creepy. Obviously, not be creepy. And then empathy, like immerse yourself again. And it's not that like you are working on a health application most, and your users are always sick, or they have like broken hands or limbs. It's not that you need to break your hand or feel that same pain. We are not talking about that, but at least like we can imagine that we can at least like and try out using that app single-handedly with left hand or right hand, like, and accessibility things, right? So that's just an example. So that is how you empathize. And let's go to this small exercise. So there is this sequence of number 248, and what I want you people to do is guess the rule. And for example, what rule am I following here? 248. You can write your answers in the chat. You can write your answers in the chat if you know the answer. Two problems, 4 questions, 8 people. No. It's more like it's number, it's sequence 248, and you need to find the rule, like what are the rules, like, or you can just give me random number and then I can say like you are right or wrong. 248. The end is wrong. That's well. What will be the answer, Vivek? Without the formula, you know, like I'm not a programmer, and I'm very bad in mathematics. More answers. More answers. Double. Yeah, 248. Double. But answer is wrong. Answer is wrong. Next number is 16. Yes. Yes. So multiplication of 2. Yes, that is the value is right, but rule is not right. The value that the number you are going is right. Okay, 8, 16. That is right, but the rule is not right. Any more try? I'll set a timer for 1 minute. I have a timer here, and I'll set a timer for 1 minute. Let's see how many answers. 2 times previous. 4 times 2. Yes, the 16 or 32. Yes, the sequence is right. Okay, but I want the name of the rule, or what is it like? It's multiple of 2. What you are trying to say is improve your previous design by 2. Multiplication of 2, yes. Multiplication of 2, the answer output is right, but the rule is not multiplication of 2. Okay, we have 30 seconds. Presentation rule. I don't know about that rule. 2 again. Okay, we have 9 seconds. All right, time's up. So, okay, all the rules are correct, but the sequence I'm talking about, the rule that I am talking about is ascending, like from small to big. That is it. That is the only thing. Right. So what we are talking about here is biasness. Like these numbers, they appear to be like multiple of 2. And yes, that is true, but that's true in your side, right? But that's not true for my side. For me, it's just a number. If you have said like 1, 2, 3, the answer is all, again right. So you have ascending order master. So the answer is ascending order for me again. So what am I trying to say is confirmation biasness. Okay, so confirmation bias is more like I have one idea in my mind and you have a different idea in your mind, or my customers or users might have totally different idea in their mind. And you know the perspective and all, right? The 9 and 6 thing. If it's 9 for me, it's 6 for you, right? We are talking about that thing. So if you go and search about confirmation bias, there's really interesting games like this. So what we are talking about here is think out of the box, immerse yourself, and know about your user. And if for another example, if you really like one actor and it's high chances that you are going to love their movies, right? Even if they are crappy in any way, you are going to love that movie. And nobody can change your mind, even if it's crappy. Like even if you search somewhere, you are going to search for positive things only, or negative. For example, if you don't like that actor, then you are going to mostly search for negative things. And you know our searches are like they study us and they always throw what we are searching for. So this is just to say that we cannot confirm anything without knowing your user, knowing our customer. So there are lots of artifacts that we can produce here, but for this workshop, we are just going for interviews or storyboards, okay? And but how we divide it is like primary research and secondary research. Primary research is when you are directly contact with your customers or end users. Secondary research is more like collecting information from white papers, case studies, or reviews of your competitors' app. For example, are they getting 5 stars or 1 stars? And what are the people giving 5 stars saying? What are the people giving 1 star saying? So that's more like competitive analysis, right? And more like um, how you get secondary information. And after you make these surveys, interviews and all, then you make user personas and all, but we are not doing that today. We are doing more like a storyboard that's simple and that's more fun. There are really other artifacts like empathy mapping, user journeys, user flow, but that's like too technical for today. So we are going to repeat this again in the workshop while we are doing our interviews. But before that, like to do short interviews, because we don't have much time and we are going to do like 1 or 2 minutes of interviews. These are some few questions that you might need to have in your mind while preparing your questions. Don't limit your questions just for yes and no, and encourage stories or encourage the full workflow, like how do you start your work and how do you go to the end of the work. If you are, for example, if you are working on an e-commerce platform and especially you are working on developing a payment gateway, then you are not going to get excuse that, no, I just want to ask you about the payment gateway. Please tell me about the payment gateway. No, that's not how you do user interviews. You need to know their emotions from start to the end. If we are talking about e-commerce, then you need to start from how they find your product to how you ship, how they return your product if it's not good, how the returning experience was, how your sales representative are talking to your customers. So there are lots of things that you need to know. So it is encouraged that you know all this story. Are they frustrated? Are they happy while talking? And to make our interviews short for the timing for today, you can ask like top 3 things that is more frustrating while using this thing, or while while searching for a vehicle on your a public vehicle in your phone, like Tutors or Pathao, and or top 3 things that you really love about Tutor or Pathao. That's example. We'll get back to this again. So the slides which are blue is more like your workshop slides, and we will visit this again later on. So we have mostly finished the empathize part. These are storyboards created, like there are three parts of storyboards here. Like the top right is the basic, totally basic, more like a empathy, like empathy mapping. Someone is happy or sad or neutral, and then we have rough sketch, and on the bottom left is the storyboard of Airbnb, where they hired an illustrator from Pixar just to create their user journey, right? So that's like next level. But for today, I think we are doing more like on the top right. Okay, if you want to sip water, then you can. So the next step is define. Now you know, like you have like thousands of problems, you have millions of problems. Now you want to filter it down, you want to categorize it, you need to file it, and you need to vote it. Like which one needs more priority than the other? Which one is the first that we are solving today? So defining is more like categorizing, but it's one of the boring part of design thinking, what I personally feel, because it's more like what project managers do, like writing user stories. And for example, the artifacts that we produce here is list of things that are working. And we can call it love letter, love notes, right? Just to remember, let's call it love note. And these are the love note by your customers, by your users. What are the things that are working? And the challenges or the pain points, it's more like a breakup letter. It's like breakup note. No, this is not working. So these are breakup notes by your customers or by your clients. And once we have all of these lists prepared, then we are going to vote. Do you remember those purple stickers that I have placed in the Figma? Then we can use those to vote. I know that we cannot count them all, but let's see. So then we have this how might we statements. How might we? Okay, so this is really important. Let's focus on this, and then I can give you like 2 minutes of break after that. So how might we statements? It's just like how we create user stories. If you work in a product, like as a user, I want to do this and that. It's most like that, but this how might we is more like a teamwork user story, because how this assumes like there's a way for a problem. And might is like assumes there are not just one idea, there are lots of solutions that we can think of, but this is one of it, or this is one of the problem we can think of it for now. And we means it's like teamwork. So how might we ensure that our staffs are not distracted by noises? Might be one of the workplace problem. So these are some of the examples. We can revisit again when we are working on writing our own how might we statements. And it should not be too broad, so that after this how might we statement, you know you need to again open up your mind, right? So you definite you are not going to think of better solutions. They're in a broad one. If it's too broad, you cannot think of the perfect solution. So like how might we increase website traffic? That's like too broad. That's too broad. And like how might we make the CTA button green? HMW and they happen in Japan. Or most of the people do that because most of them are working on small sticky notes, and the small sticky notes, how might we like that? It's going to waste time. And how might we? It's better to use abbreviation. How might we make the CTA button green? That's not going to work. The perfect one is how might we ensure that the CTA button is visible, or you can even use user. How might we ensure that the CTA button is visible to our user? You don't want to have how might we like how might we ensure that CTA button is clicked 1,000 times, or it's most clicked button in our website. That's like totally surface, or that is not design thinking. That's thinking more of from the business part, which is it's really important. But again, like if we focus on the people, business will come in. So not user-centered example of that is how might we ensure the workplace is silent? That's more bossy, or that's more like not thinking about the people. But the perfect one is like how we ensure our staffs are not distracted by noises. Then this people element is there, right? So there might be other cases like how might we make the password creation system feel more secure? How might we ensure that user get relevant information through our dashboard? And not like how might we attract more user to our page? That's not how we do it. How might we attract more user to it? That's not user centric. That's like self centric, right? So the how might we statement could be like how might we ensure that user receives relevant information through our page, so that if user is getting relevant information, then obviously you are going to have more visitors in your website, right? Huh. Okay. After that, we'll do some note and vote in the workshop. Really interesting. And quote, if you are going to solve a problem, you want sufficient information to solve it. So, you don't want to hear. You need to have balance. Like you need to have positive stories as well as negative stories. But if you really want to solve problem, then negative or pain points are really going to help you. So we are collecting sufficient information of what is working and what is not working. So ideation. Okay, we have some fun exercise in ideation. Till then, if you want to like stretch out, because it's already hour, and if you want to stretch out, if you want to stand out of your desk, then you can do it. If you want to drink water, if you want to take a break, then I'll set a timer of 1 minute. If you have anything short and sweet that you want to say, you can type it in the chat. Let's see what is going on in the Figma. Sashi Kumar Shah doesn't have superpower, but he just. Yes. Doesn't have superpower. No. Okay. 1 minute is over. Yeah. Do you think the design thinking process is worth doing for every user story? No, I believe you are not going to do design thinking of every user story that goes to Jira while development. That is not. That's the output of the design thinking or the design process. For example, if you are working on to better up your CTA in their homepage, for example, of the fold, you have a CTA call to action button, and you want to improve that, then you are going to have a design thinking session on particular on that part. And when you come up with the list of solutions, then you are going to test. And once everything is validated, then you will have one solid design or a prototype. And that prototype is only going to have that particularly small user stories that go into the Jira. So we are not going to do this design thinking for all the user stories that goes into the Jira. And uh, I know that we are in between of the session. That's why, like, like further, we are going to know like how we are going to categorize our ideas so that we don't have like 1,000 list of problems or ideas. We are going to crystallize them or categorize them and have like little number of impactful ideas there. Okay. I believe I answered your question partially, and I think this session will automatically answer your question in the end. And so ideate is brainstorming, okay? But you don't want to let it wild. You want it to be time bound. You are not going to brainstorm for like whole day. You are not going to allocate time like 6 hours a day to brainstorm. That's not how you do brainstorm. You are going to do it more like how you exercise, like in repetitions or in short term manner. Okay, and we are competing for quantity, not quality. So while brainstorming, you don't storm in your brain that, okay, I have this idea. Is it good or is it not? No, you are not going to do that. If you have any idea, you are just going to jot it down. You are going to list down like 10, hundreds of ideas, because that is how you brainstorm. You are just adding it up. You are just adding it up. Okay. And after that, like, what's the goal? Like, there's no bad, like how you should do brainstorming. There's no bad idea, just like what I said. Just be over ambitious. Don't put business or technology in your mind while brainstorming, because that part will come later on. But at least for now, you need to be over ambitious, like really over ambitious, but not totally over ambitious. Like, we are not talking about time travel or parallel universe. We are not doing that, but at least you need to be over ambitious, whether we can achieve that goal or not. But you need to be wild while brainstorming. So what are the things that we produce while brainstorming? We produce a list of ideas, or somebody can just draw probable user journey or story, right? If it's experience of delivering something, then there might be user story that might be the output of this ideation. Or if it's an application, mobile app, then it could be wireframes, right? Quick sketches. But like, how are we going to know which one will go to the next step, to the prototype? Because you have already produced like 10 or 20 ideas, and you have already voted for the best ones, and again you have like 5, 10 ideas. Then, well, how are you going to sort it out? Then we have this called like impact versus effort quadrant. We have already designed a template for that in Figma, and we are going to do that exercise later on. Okay, these are some hints that you need to do while thinking. The thinking is like, you need to think 10 times. Break your bubble. You need to think 10 times of what you are thinking now, right? That should be your main motto while thinking. Sometimes there are certain rules that you need to scratch the top 3 or 4 ideas that come into your mind. For example, like top 5 ideas that come into your mind right in the moment, right? So that you are breaking your bubble and thinking out of the box. It's not the 10%, it's 10 times. That's like 1,000% there. And always say and, not or but. Today, I don't think we are going to discuss. We are more like writing while doing our ideation, writing or drawing. But while you are in a group, never say or but, because or but will kill the brainstorming or kill that flow, kill the vibe. Okay, and you just need to add and. I want to have 1 scoop ice cream, and you could have 2 scoop ice cream, and you can have 3 scoop of ice cream. You just add it. No, we are not going to have 1 scoop of ice cream. That's not what we do. And target for quantity, not for quality, because quality will come later on once we vote and note and vote. But for now, we are going for quantity. So let's do one exercise. And this exercise is not going to be in Figma. Because it's more like list, and I think we can do it in Figma. But what we can do is we can just copy and paste from a document. So let me prepare a space for you. So before that, let me sort out the IDs, like how many people do we really have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 11, 12, 12 people. I believe we have to. So I will make an artboard here. Okay. So what you can do is you can list your ideas in a Google Doc or Notepad somewhere and copy and paste it. Or if you are comfortable writing your idea here, you can just type in, you can just hit enter and start writing. But before that, let me prepare the space for you. This is and here, let me make this now. This is your document now. You can type here. So I'll make 12 copies of this. Then you can you can hunt it down. Okay. So you are now ready. I'll give you a question and I'll also set the time. So, okay, I've already prepared Figma page for you. And here's the question. Imagine you work for Kinderjoy. I think everyone knows Kinderjoy, right? If somebody doesn't know what is Kinderjoy, then please mention it here. I can improvise this question right away. Right away. I'll give 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I assume that everybody knows the Kinderjoy. So Kinderjoy is like small egg-shaped toy for kids. And on the half of it is chocolate. And on the other half, there's a small toy, right? Small toy. So imagine you work for Kinderjoy and they have asked you to list toys that can be used for Kinderjoy. Don't go to Figma really. I'm going to delete your file if you're going to write it down. Okay, just be ready, and you have to list down as much as you can. Like you are working for the toy department, and you need to list down all the toys that goes into that small, tiny seat there. But there's a catch. There's a catch. The time is 1800 years. That is like nearly 270 years back when the Prithviraj Shah was here in Nepal. So this situation is in Nepal. अनि 300 वर्ष पहिला चाहिँ we used to have Kinderjoy होला त्यति बेला, but the toy that goes into it is like 300 years old. So you need to think of the toys that goes inside that is from the era of Prithviraj Shah, like 1800 BS. Okay, so everyone's ready? Looks like there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 cursor here. Please, you can write your name. You can write your names so that you can book that space for yourself. Imagine that's your desk. Imagine that's your copy. If you want to sit a little bit away, then you can move the frame so that nobody can see your answer. Okay. Vivek, Ramesh, Nimesh, Sam, Safika. Okay. So, kati time dinta? Let's give 2 minutes either. Okay, I'll start the timer for 2 minutes. The timer has started. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. All the toys that you can give, that you can put inside that Kinder Joy. Okay, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Come on, break the bubble. Not the toy, obviously. If you are uncomfortable doing it here, then you can list it somewhere and then copy and paste it here. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, time's up. Let me see. Okay, let me check one by one who has the most list. Traditional Nepali handicraft, 1, 2, 2, 2. Nimesh has like 10. Ooh, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll give you 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Okay. I'll give you 1 more minute. It's going good. It's going good. I'll give you 1 more minute. Okay. Let me start the timer. There's no setting for 1 minute. I'll just start for 2 minutes and count it for 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute is up. Okay, let me check. Okay, Samiksha is still writing. So let's stop. We put off the pen. Like 17. Okay, Nimesh, you are doing good ideation there. So this is how we do ideation. Okay, and we have lot of list here. But let me bring some of it. So Anmol, I'm going to drag your copy to here, left. Is there anyone? Sasi? Okay, I'm going to drag your page here. Okay, not Sam. I'm going to, yes, Samiksha to here. Nice. So imagine that you are working in a group, okay? And you are working in a group and you are all working in the same Kinder Joy company. And now what you can do is, it's really straightforward. Like users need to find out the common ones, okay? The common ones. So I'm going to start from like Nimes and Siamsao because they are really side by side. And what we can do is we can find the common. So as Nimes has most of the list, I'm going to add if there's nothing, for example, like a spinning top is not here. So I'm going to add a spinning top here. And if there's not miniature, then there are miniature men and women, but there's no miniature cart and chariot. So I'm just going to add everything here. So not any idea is bad. Each and every idea is good. So for now that we have merged and we have this much of idea. And if you find any duplicate ideas, then you can just merge it or cross it. So once you do this ideation, what we are going to do next is vote for the best one, okay? And that we'll do when we start the workshop. So this is more like a warm up, like how we can be time bound and how time can help you to ideate more. How did you come up with other lists and how you can break the bubble. Somebody didn't break the bubble, but yes, you will when you have like particular solution. Okay, I have also prepared a high five zone, virtual high five zone, where you can come and high five here. Like if you come to the top of the screen, you can see, and if you press H, then we can all high five there. High five. Nice. We have a lot of hands. Okay, this is totally safe high five of this era. Okay. So this is just a small part of the brainstorming session, and later on we will have the proper brainstorming session. And let's move to the prototype. Let's go back to the slides and let's move to the prototype now. Okay, we again have like another exercise, which is fun. And this is like you need to design a flower pot. What we can do is you can use the same sheet, but you can now use pencil. And what you are going to do is design a flower pot, domala. Okay, so let's start. I'll start a timer. Mobile में सजिलो last time. Okay, so I have started timer of 2 minutes. A pokhara is a pokhara. Everyone's drawing. So 1 minute 30 seconds. Shift P. I believe okay, 1 minute. Oh my God, Vivek, are you using tablet? Okay. How can you use pencil? Pencil Shift P. A minute left. 30 seconds left. All right. You all are invested. You all are invested. Okay. All right, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. Okay, pencils down. there's another exercise. Don't worry. There is another exercise. Um, so what you want to do is, whoever have drawn really large Kamala, you need to uh, make their canvas a little bit longer, because we have another exercise. Okay. Whose frame is this with the black square? It would be better if you write your name there. Suvedu, Suvedu Tuladar. You don't have drawing there. Samiksha, I will increase your frame. I'll increase your frame as well. Okay, so the other exercise is somewhat similar. Okay, let's go to the slide again. The question was design a flower pot. Gamala, sakyo, 2 minutes, right? So now think of this. You need to reread this. Now design a better way for someone to enjoy plants and flowers in the room. So basically, let's take a step back. Let's open up and be more ambitious. Ambitious in the time, right? Don't care about any physical or technical feasibility for now. Our nature, but again, but now design a better way for someone to enjoy plants. Yes, one thing is like oxygen, but the thing is to make our room beautiful. What we do, like we enjoy the flowers, right, in the home. So what you need to do now is a better way for someone to enjoy plants and flowers. More like way a person feels great flowers. So you need to design that, right? I'll give you 2 more minutes. I'll give you 2 more minutes. I believe everyone has understood the question. अब अलिकति human centric हुनु पर्यो. अब ठाडै भनेछ न, draw a flower pot. Now you are drawing. मैले timer start गरिसके. Now you are drawing by keeping human in your mind, like more human centric. How are you going to design for someone, for people to enjoy plants in their home? Totally wild, out of the world, out of the universe wala part thing. We can do that. What I want to say is, like, don't go traditional. Be ambitious, totally ambitious. Be futuristic. Imagine those science fiction movies and all, cartoons and all, and break your bubble. Just break your bubble. Next level. Okay, 1 minute left. Ida? Okay. So we have someone in the waiting room. I'm not sure, are they participants? So this is going to be.
I think it's participant.
That's who were already in this workshop.
I don't think so. I can see the name.
All right, 5 seconds, people. Okay, time is up. Time is up. Pencils down. I can see Vivek Srishti, you are still going. Nimesh. Okay. Sigma to Ramailo here. I can see everything. All right. So, kids have excitement. Naya kids are. Wow. Automatic smart. Nimesh Babu. Nice. That too, next level. So this flower pot is going to follow you everywhere. So what you can do in Figma is if you click on my picture on top left, then you can observe me. If I move anywhere in the Figma, anywhere around the Figma, then you are going to follow. So what is this? Okay, Vivek is the skyscrapers of flower pot. Oh, sorry, Sam Sau has skyscraper of flower pot, and Vivek has. Okay, you are still not breaking the bubble. I like meme story. Sidai भनिदिन्छु म त. Vivek, oh, yes, we are seeing that everywhere, right, to enjoy the flowers, but we haven't still broken the bubble. Lots and next. I like the automatic smart goodness. So my favorite flower is going to follow me everywhere. Or so what is this, Sasita? If you cannot draw, you can even write there. Like you can explain me, like what are you trying to do there? Is it walking pot? Does the pot has legs? Something. Okay, hanging. All right, it's hanging pot. I thought those pots have legs. So Anus, uh, you have a cozy little room, more like an incubator for your flower. Anmol, you don't have another drawing? All right. So Anmol, Sasi, Samiksha, and Ramesh, um, technical problem भयो कि question फेरि repeat गर्नुपर्छ हैन नि? Okay. So we are out of time. Couldn't think of anything. Okay. All right. So केही छैन. त्यसपछि हामी अब ब्रेक लिनिहाल्छौँ हैन? Then you can stretch and then we can start for the workshop. Okay, so prototype, let's go back to the slides and let's talk about prototype. Prototype for us for now is more, when we only have Figma, we don't have Lego blocks, we don't have 3D printers, we don't have clays and molds and anything. So for us, prototype is either a pencil sketch in your paper or Figma, right? So, but what prototype does is it gives you visual, physical interaction of the product. Whenever you start building your prototype, then more ideas come into your mind. Once you see something, त्यसबाट झन् धेरै idea आउँछ भन्छ नि. Once you touch something, it will be more like an inspiration for you. Mostly traditionally in software or what are the artifacts that we produce is high fidelity mockups, interaction design, click-through prototype, design systems, handoffs, everything. But in today's workshop, we will be more focusing on just sketches or really low fidelity sketches or storyboards or a role play even. For example, हामी अब कस्तो खालको प्रब्लममा काम गरिरहेको छौँ, you can even have a list of dialogues like how you solve the problem भने जस्तै हैन, or you can even record something. So prototype कसरी गर्ने, this blue slide we will do that in the workshop again, and let's move fast to the test. So test को बारेमा त के भन्ने हैन. So once you have tangible product in your hand, you already have a prototype in your hand, you present it to your team members or you present it to your users or customers. You might have like multiple prototypes or multiple solutions. Then that's more like, it's called A/B testing. You have like one with full screen Google Map and the other one with the half Google Map, and you can test both of it in your with your users and get the feedback from them. So usability testing, first of all what you need to think is like, you are not going to teach your user. You are just going to give your prototype to your user. If you want to let them know what it does, like what's the main goal, then you can describe it to them. For example, if you are presenting an idea regarding e-commerce platform, then you can just say like you can order something from this app or from this prototype. I mean, but nothing after that. You are just going to observe your user. Then if they are stuck somewhere or if they didn't understand anything, then you need to note that. They note very early. If they didn't find call to action, if they don't find uh, add to cart button, or if they cannot remove items from the add to cart, if they cannot add payment gateways or anything. So you need to note that right away. Right? But don't teach them, hey, त्यहाँ छ यता यस्तो यस्तो भनेर त्यो सक्सक हुन्छ मनमा, but never do that. Otherwise, you are not going to learn back from the user. So that is how you test your prototype. What are the things that we produce here is more like interviews, get feedback, usually test videos or anything. And if your software is already online, then we use tools like Full Story, Mixpanel, or Google Analytics to monitor the live application. But for now, interviews is only thing that we are going to do. Okay. So we will get back to these blue slides again. And छिटो सबै design thinking last एउटा भनिदिइहाल्छु हैन. A little bit more about design thinking. It's an iterative process. So every time you do practice or do this thing, you are going to improve your app. Right? Every time you are going to do this, you are going to improve your app, or you are going to improve your product or service or anything. It is non-linear process. You can mostly we start. You can start from anywhere, or you can end anywhere, or you can go back to anywhere from any point of the step. So while you are for mostly mostly when you ideate and prototype, you mostly loop around there for some time, because sometimes I'm brain no, this is not working, so I'm going to ideate again and then design again or prototype again. And once you test, you might think that, oh, user A different, so the total user story is different, or I'm working with the totally wrong demography of the people. When you have to come back to the empathize, or if you just know that no, I haven't defined the problem properly yet. Users the tickets, but the problem is not defined yet. So you go back to the define, and when you think like idea to ideation, then you go back to the idea. So it's non-linear process. And yes, we haven't talked about the time of design thinking, but because there is no definite time for design thinking. Design thinking, 1 hour, we are going to finish everything in 1 hour plus 20 minutes, because we were 20 minutes late. And or we can stretch our design thinking to like the whole product life, like decades, some of them such one product cycles. If you are improving anything, for example, like we saw lots of improvement in Gmail and calendars last year or before, but they are still improving. Feature app, so they are still improving. So it's continuous process, never ending. And this design thinking can exercise or process can run from an hour, a day, to a week or a month. In my experience, mostly when we are designing for software, we run this for at least 2 weeks to 4 weeks. That's 1 month. That's the least we do. And sometimes if it's a continuous development, then we keep on moving with the same cycle. We keep on moving. And so this is the steps defined by the Stanford Design School, which is the most popular. That's why I use this to explain you guys. But personally, more you use I use different. We have different or a little bit improvised version of this for Leapfrog. But again, there are universities who have their own versions of this. Like Darden School of Business have what is, what if, what was, what works, which is same like what is the problem, what if is like idea, what if this happens, so what if this is the idea, like what was this, like you have 10 ideas and which one works, right? And that's the what works when you test which one is working. And IBM has their own version of design thinking: observe, reflect, and make. That is the same two squares that I have shown you. Um, Opening your mind and drilling down to the solution, opening your mind and drilling down to the solution. And design sprint is, I believe, started by Google Ventures, which had the previous version where we have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's like a definite recipe that they call, like कति नुन हाल्ने कति खोर्सानी हाल्ने भन्ने जस्तै छ कि for specific. If you want to test a product, why wait for 6 months or why wait for 2 months? And design sprint says that you can validate your ideas within a week, so that you can save a lot of time, money, and resources. So first day define, second day decide and storyboard, third day is to prototype, and Thursday is just to test out, and Friday must be the party about it. So what design thinking encourages is to fail fast. Because failing fast is way better than failing in 6 months or launching a product. If you launch a product and you fail, then that's not going to, that is really bad, right? And what design thinking say is you need to fail fast. So if you want to fail fast, like as a fail fast, why don't we test our product with our customers and ideas? So that is what it says. So after idea, make a team, ideate and validate your idea with your users. Most of the, not all the stories are same, but there is a website called Killed by Google. I believe you already know about it. But that's a different story. But most of the startups or the ideas here are more to test the users. That's why like Google has like multiple numbers of tabs and social media applications, and they are still testing it because none of them are working, I believe. Okay, so after 5 minutes break, we are going to form a team. I believe everyone's enjoying. रमाइलो भएर होला, अल्छी लागेको छैन होला, छ भने एकैछिन उठेर सुने पनि हुन्छ. So Prajol, let's do 5 minutes break.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, and then we are going to start again from in Fatai's section. But 5 minutes matching. What we are going to do is till then we need to have ideas. I also have list of ideas on what ideas to work on for the workshop. We also need to separate them out. So who are not the participants here, Prajul? For GDG Kathmandu, Eva, Ida, are we participating? No.
I think Ida is participating. Kes Ida?
Okay. No response from Ida. So if everyone, what I suggest is you at least have laptop in front of you, so that even if you like sketch or something, you can quickly upload it into Figma. What's a prototype बनाउन मन लाग्यो भने I have suggested to use Marvel app. So I'll start 5 minutes timer and then we can start. Okay. Don't leave the room, right? Don't leave the room. Very entry on that. You just mute yourself, and you can go for 5 minutes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Raju,
हजुर दाइ हजुर दाइ
सो हाम्रो अहिले हामीले कहीँ नोट गरेका छौँ नि होइन अहिलेको खास पार्टिसिपेन्ट्सहरू को भनेर
यो जुम सेसनको मैले स्क्रिनसट पनि लिएको छु अनि आरएसभिपी गर्नेको लिस्ट पनि छ सर
सो यो मैले आइडीमा भेटाएको चाहिँ यति मान्छेहरू छन् होइन
हजुर
सो तीनटा टिमको बन्छ बट आर दे अल जस्तो इडाले पार्टिसिपेट गरिरहेको हो कि होइन
I'll ask her personally.
प्रज्वल यतिमै नै हो
यो मनै हो दाइ
you are not participating कि are you participating
I'm not actively participating.
वर्कसपमा त अब एक्टिभली हुनु पर्यो नि त you have responsibilities so के गर्ने I want to make a team हैन
हजुर
so who is in who is out जस्तो हुनु पर्यो कि त्यसमा
I'll ask Ida को चाहिँ I can participate also.
Okay, actively हुनु पर्यो अनुज सतिता रमेश अनमोल सती निमेश विवेक श्याम प्रज्वल सुवेदु I am right सुवेदु नि हुने हैन सुवेदु समीक्षा कति हो Did I miss someone if you guys are online if I missed somebody's name your screenshot मा एकचोटि हेरौँ न
म स्क्रिनसटमा भएको नेम जति रिड गरौँ न
हुन्छ
अनमोल श्रेष्ठ अनुज बन्जारा विवेक श्रेष्ठ निमेश बाबु ओली रमेश स्याङतान सबिन पाण्डे समीक्षा खड्का ससिता ससिल कुमार शाह श्याम साहु श्रेष्ठ सुरज शर्मा and I'm sorry pronounce गर्न I know something Waiba
सुवेदु
छैन
all right if I missed someone you can raise your hand in the chat म मिस भयो है भनेर सबिन पाण्डे सबिन यु तिमीले आइडी बनाएर भनेपछि यु ओके Sabin Pandey, did you participated here? You usma Gamala challenge ma? Sabin Pandey, did you participate in Gamala challenge? No. Okay, no Gamala for you. All right. So you can come down here. I'll delete my people ideas. I'll delete them so that we don't have duplicates. So Sabin, if you have Figma, then better create your ID card. I'll write your name And you can add next thing. Sabin Pandey. There is your sticker. All right, Sabin, are you in Figma? If you have joined late, then you don't have Figma. You'll not obviously have Figma. So if we go back to the chat, so here's the link for the Figma file. If somebody has joined late, then you can go to this Figma link. If you don't have edit access, then you can ask me. So we are waiting for Sabin. Is there anyone else who is missed here? Then I'll create a group, 3 groups maybe. Is Ida in or out? Otherwise,
she is out.
Ida is out. Okay. Then I'll add. Sabin Pandey link is there in the chat.
दाइ वेटिङ रुममा चाहिँ भएर रहेछ म फाइल कपी
Waiting room now. Okay. So probably did Sabin get the link? Okay. It's there until then. 5 minutes ago, we took 10 minutes. Okay, मैले randomly नै यतिकै राखेको थिएँ, so 3टा ग्रुप ठ्याक्कै बन्छ जस्तो छ है. टक. Okay. Everybody's good. Who is this hypocrite? Okay. अरूको आइडीमा नलेख्ने है. So यहाँ लेखेको नाम and the name in your Figma same हुने, and if it's also same in the Zoom, it is going to be really helpful. सबै ठाउँमा same हुन्छ है. No different names, no device names. And again, I encourage to open the camera so that workshop मा ideation मा यताउता at least concentration हरुको part हरुमा पनि focus छ कि छैन भन्ने part हरुमा चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ. ओके को ग्रुप भयो त ठीक छ है. विवेक, श्याम, अनुज, ससिता ग्रुप 1 नाम पनि राख्दियौ. So what are the superpowers for the group 1, group 2, and group 3. So so group 3, Sasi, Nimesh, Samiksha, Sabin. Can you do something in Zoom like this? So you follow the emojis or at least that let me know that you are okay with this group. Okay, group 3 okay. Sachi, Nimesh, Sabin, Samiksha. Okay. Uncle. Sarah. Okay. Samiksha, Sabin, okay. Sachi and Nimesh. Lame break हो गया. Sachi, Nimes. Arvind, Sasi, Sasi, Kapil Dev. Where is Sasi? I cannot find Sasi in the room. Right? I can find Nimes. I cannot find quick learner Sasi Kumar Sa. Is Sasi Kumar Sa here? I don't think so. Okay. Sasi Kumar Sa, yeah, out garam. Out. H for hand, hand use गर्न छ भने if you want to move something. Okay, group 2 मा Ramesh, Anmol, Suvedu, Prajwal. Okay चाहियो. If I don't receive okay, out हुन्छ फेरि. Prajwal त okay भयो. Sabin त यता गयो. कतिजना okay गरे? Okay. Suvedu is okay, Prajwal is okay, Ramesh is okay, Anmol is okay. Okay. Group 2 is good to go. Group 1 ma Vivek, Syam, Sasita and Anuj. 4 okays. Anuj, Vivek, Syam, Sasita. Syam and Sasita. Syam is not here. And Sasita is not here as well. Right? And a duita okay. Okay. Syam bhai ko batti gare. Okay. All right. Oh my. के छैन अब. So Sasita Gimere is not here. No? All right. Suvedu N is not silent. Okay. Can you unmute yourself so that I can pronounce your name correctly? Unmute गर्न मिल्छ पार्टिसिपेन्टले? Prajwal?
हामी आफैले मिल्दैन होला त.
Not me, like self. So that I can pronounce the name correctly. Okay, कतिजना? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Odd भयो एकदमै.
11 participants हाम्रो उसमा चाहिँ.
यहाँ आन्सर आउनेहरू यति हो. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. ओके 9 पनि ठिक छ. म एकजना ग्रुप 2 बाट आहा चिम्लेर त नगरौँ अब कसरी निकालौँ है त. फर्स्टमा हातमा यही आयो, मैले यही राख्दै है त रमेशलाई. ओके साउन्ड्स गुड रमेश. ओके पर्फेक्ट गुड. ओके ग्रुप 1 ग्रुप 2 ग्रुप 3. ओके ओसिडी पनि छ भनेपछि अलाइनमेन्टको लागि नाइस गुड थिङ हो त. Okay, I have list of ideas है. मोस्टली चाहिँ म के गर्छु भन्दाखेरि आइडियाज चाहिँ आफै निकाल भन्छु. So let me search for the idea. So can everyone see my screen? I think right. Prajwal, is it visible? Idea list भने right. So अलिकति चाँडो हुने चीजहरु गरौँ. My favorite one is coding app for beginners because it's Devfest है. So तीनटा ग्रुप छ. तीनटा ग्रुपमा randomly म जस्तो randomly त नभनौँ किन भन्दाखेरि तीनजनाले डिस्कस गरे राम्रो हुन्थ्यो. Or should I randomly assign idea भयो के किन भन्दाखेरि we don't have any voting wala part, or we can use voting wala part. Okay, we can use. So what I will do, is I'll give 2 minutes, and I'll paste it here. And we have this circle. Group 1 को circle हुन्छ red color. Group 2 को circle हुन्छ yellow. कपी पेस्ट गरेर भोटिङ स्टार्ट गरे हुन्छ है। अनि एकैछिन है ग्रुप 3 लाई म दिइहाल्छु। एकछिन ग्रुप 3 को बिचाराहरु ढिला हुन्छ। तर केही छैन, both of the group can work on the same idea ल। Group 3 is blue. Now red, अब red र अब यो कुन चाहिँमा हुन्छ आफैले सर्कल सर्कल राख्दै जाम, अगाडि 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 पछाडि 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 जहाँ राखे नि हुन्छ है। कपी पेस्ट गरेर कपी पेस्ट चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो है त, so that without communicating we are voting for ideas. आफ्नो ग्रुप कलर चिनेर पनि भोटिङ गर्दाखेरि राम्रो है त। So I'll give you 1 minute 30 seconds. Start. है त, vote fast. आफ्नो ग्रुपको भोटहरु हेरेर पनि त्यसो गरौँ न, each one can vote 3 वटा सर्कल राखौँ न है। For example, Vivek can have 3 circles, है ना त्यस्तो म काउन्ट गर्छु नि अहिले। समीक्षा can have 3 त्यसरी के तीनचोटी कपी पेस्ट गर्न पाए, so that you can vote on 2. नेपाली डेटिङ एप ओके, रेडले मोस्ट भोट पाइरहेको छ नेपाली डेटिङ एपमा। ओके, looks like group 1 is already for the नेपाली डेटिङ एप है। मैले येलो ग्रुपको कोही पनि देखेन, छिटो छिटो भोटिङ गर्नु पर्यो। यु हेभ 30 seconds। यता लेफ्ट साइडमा छ भोटिङ, लेफ्ट साइडमा देखाएको छ कि नै, यु क्यान जुम आउट अ बिट हैन, एन्ड देयर इज लिस्ट अफ आइडियाज अनि पुट योर सर्कल्स। Okay, time's up. So red and yellow is already done. Blue को मैले wedding event management मा दुईटा देखे। Okay, so यो अलिकति भोटिङ मैले अलिकति बुझेन, सर्कलहरु ठुलो भयो जस्तो छ। रेड, ग्रुप रेड इज फर नेपाली डेटिङ एप हैन। डिस्कभर पपुलर इभेन्ट्स नियर बाई हो। ओके, मुभी टिकट बुकिङ एप। Cool. All right. So टिम ब्लू को एकदमै छपस्टेको छ भोटहरु। So 2 votes goes for wedding event management. And so you are doing wedding event management हैन। So group 3 is wedding event management. Yellow is movie ticket booking app. Correct me if I'm wrong. chat ma लेखिदिहाल्ने if I'm wrong. And group 1 is yes, Nepali dating app. Okay. All right, we are done. Right. We are not going to break out rooms, है ना? मैले बुझिनँ इधर. I didn't. Okay. Everyone waiting room meeting. So I was replying in wrong thread. Okay, so if everyone is okay, I think Tinta group. So let's start, right? What I'll do is your mathiko board also. I'll copy it, make a different pages to the left, right? First ma group 1. Group 2, group 3. I don't know what is phase 1. Somebody must have created mistakenly. I'll do it this. And all right, I'll try to copy this. So please bear with me. I just go for group 1. अहिले बदमासी गर्ने हैन के भन्छ. So solution board. Ideation, solution. Then we have this impact versus effort. So color कसैले black बनाइदिएछ. Change to white. Okay, I'll explain it. त्यस्तो curious हुनु पर्दैन फिग्मामा पुरा हैन fun use Figma. And we have been using Figma for nearly 4 years in the Frog, and since 2020 we have totally stopped using Sketch or any other app, and we are completely using Figma since 2020 because it's really fun to use. So I have 3 boards. I'll explain it to you. Ideation board. अब मैले 3टा idea दिए त. Now what you are going to do is interview your people. Right? I think we need to break rooms now. अब we have very थोरै मान्छे चाहिँ 3 जना मात्र मान्छे छ नि त. So 3 जना मात्रै मान्छेमा भए पनि you have to discuss and list down the problems. What is the problem? आफैले आफैलाई interview गरेर सम्झिनु. It is not what we do in real life, but for now we have only 3 people in one group, so 3 people भित्र नै कुरा गर्ने, and you are going to यसलाई ideation भन्दा नि अब यसलाई म हैन रमाइलो चाहिँ what works and what doesn't work भनेर राखौँ न है ideation board हैन. Love and breakup भनेर मैले अघि भनेको थिएँ, so that you can remember. So the first one is love and breakup, right? So green part is more like love, what is positive, and the red part is more like negative, what is working, what is not working, right? So I'll copy this 3 to group 2. Block right. Group 2 and group 3. Okay. So म टाइम बाउन्ड राख्छु, सबैजनाले आफ्नो ग्रुपको पेजमा जाने लेफ्टमा, अनि you will start writing के हो भनेर है त. So group 1 is Nepali dating app. Nepali dating app. हैन, someone can write kahi. Group 2 is movie ticket, and group 3 is wedding. So khas भन्ने त we don't even need to break out the room, हैन, because we are doing everything silently, just like how we voted for our idea. We are doing everything silently. So अब इन्टरभ्यू गर्न पाए भने एकदमै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो, हैन. So can Prozul help to make a breakout room? I can see information here. So we need to break them out into 3 groups. No, before breaking out, I think you can still see my screen, no? Screen to see हेर्न मिल्छ होला. अनि I'll start timer. अनि I'll come to each room and help you out. Like कसरी भइरहेछ के भइरहेछ. Let's
टाइम मैले होस्टको एक्सेस एकछिन लिए ल. So first room मैले 3 वटा रुम बनाउँदै पार्टिसिपेन्टलाई त्यो अनुसार रु गर्ने हो.
मैले बुझेन. I cannot see option. मलाई बनाएको. So probably if you have already created 3 rooms, I cannot access them. I need to access on each of them.
कति मिनेट्सको ब्रेकआउट रुम राखौँ त?
ब्रेकआउट रुमको टाइमर हुन्छ. ओके, सो टाइमर भनेपछि 5 मिनट्स को राख्ने. अनि 5 मिनट्स मा व्हाट यु डोन्ट नीड टु डु इज फर्स्टमा यहाँ लेखेको छु मैले प्रिपेयर लिस्ट अफ इन्टरभ्यू क्वेशन्स, हैन. अब इन्डिभिजुअली लिस्ट गर्नु पर्यो. यसलाई 5 नगरौँ, अब 2 मिनट्स गर्नु पर्ला या त 3 मिनट्स गर्दा ठिक हुन्छ होला. So what I'll do is you need to prepare questions list, हैन, डक्स मा कहीं बनाए हुन्छ. So each group ले individually बनाए नि हुन्छ, हैन. Or you can collaborate in the Figma as well. एक जनाले एउटा ठाउँमा लेख्ने, अर्कोले लेख्ने, अनि लास्टमा क्वेशन गर्ने, अनि एक अर्कालाई नै सोध्ने. So you can conduct interviews. Would be great सबै जनाले गर्न पाए भने राम्रो हुन्छ, but we don't have time. So 3 जनामा नै you need to conduct interviews. त्यसलाई म अहिले 5 मिनट्स राख्दिन्छु. एक अर्कामा 2 मिनट्स गर्यो भने 6 भनेपछि 2 मिनट्स 6 गर्यो भने, एन्ड देन त्यसलाई क्लिन अपको लागि म 0 मिनट्स राख्छु, बिकज यु आर गोइङ टु राइट द सेम टाइम. लाइक म 1 मिनट राख्दिन्छु. 2 नै एज 1 मिनट छ भनेपछि 3 4 5 6. सो 7 मिनट्स को ब्रेकआउट रूम बनाऊँ. आई थिंक एभ्रीबडी अन्डरस्टुड द के भन्छ the process. I'll also take this screenshot and keep it in the Figma, paste it in the Figma, right? So that you know what to do. Okay. All right, so मैले सबै रुमहरुमा यो स्लाइड पेस्ट गरिदिरहेको छु, so that you can start preparing. मैले बोलेको सबैले सुन्छ कि के हुन्छ? Is everybody like, am I audible to everyone? Breakout room भएपछि okay. Thank you. So group 1, group 2, group 3 सबैको पेजमा I have placed the slide हैन, इन्टरभ्यूको क्वेशन्सहरु रेडी गरौँ अनि प्रब्लम के हो? नेपाली डेटिङ यार। प्रब्लम के हो? मुभी टिकट। we let's not talk about login पेमेन्ट गेटवेहरु नगर्ने हैन, कोर चीज के सबै चीजको कोर चीज के हो? मुभी टिकटको के हो त कोर चीज? एक्चुअल सीट जब हामी सीट खोज्न जान्छौं नि त्यो पार्टहरु होला हैन। And what's the wedding event को मेन पार्ट के हो त? बिफोर वेडिङ इभेन्ट हो कि ड्युरिङ वेडिङ इभेन्ट हो कि हैन आफ्टर द वेडिङ इभेन्ट हो कि कुनमा चाहिँ छ बढी हाँस्यो त्यो अब आफै त्यही अनुसारले क्वेशनहरु बनाउनु। डेटिङ एपको त केटाहरुलाई थाहा होला।
दाइ ब्रेकआउट रुममा ग्रुप 1 मा को मलाई एकचोटी भन्दिसै म गर्दै जान्छु नि है।
ओके रुम 1 ओके यहाँ छ है त। ग्रुप 1 इज अनुज, रमेश एन्ड विवेक।
रमेश एन्ड विवेक हजुर ओके डन।
अनुज, रमेश एन्ड विवेक
हजुर।
ग्रुप 2 इज अनमोल, प्रज्वल, सुबेन्दु।
सुबेन्दु ओके।
I hope.
And group 3?
Group 3 is Nimesh, Sabin and Samiksha.
Samiksha. Okay. So मैले room open गरिदिए है तीनटा।
Okay, thank you.
I think Anil is missing. Is he still there? Anil and Suraj.
Group मा चाहिँ छैन। Group मा we have one.
Okay, perfect. अस्ताई मैले open गरिदिए। हाम्रो सबै रुमहरु 5 minutes मा back आउँछ। I think time has started.
Okay, works. First 7 हो तर it works. Okay. Beside room हामी यति हो।
Seems like Anuj, Anmol and Nimesh has not joined the room.
So what about Nimesh?
Yeah, Anuj is remaining. Do you need to also join there?
Be great. Talking.
So हजुरलाई host बनाइदिन्छु so you can join in. है? Okay, you're the host now, that you can join in.
हिटा
हजुर
त्यो अहिलेको ब्रेकआउट रुममा त्यो अटोमेटिक एन्डिङ हुनेवाला छैन रहेछ होइन
5 मिनट थियो त
5 मिनट थियो तर त्यो 5 मिनट सकिसकेपछि अटोमेटिक एन्ड हुने अप्सन पनि हुने रहेछ त्यो भित्रको होइन दाइले के भयो यहाँ बाहिर आउनु भएको बेला के भन्नुभयो दाइले के भन्नुभयो
के भन्नु भएन
ए भनेपछि दाइ पनि स्विच गरिराख्नु भयो रुममा
दाइहरू अरू रुमहरूमा स्विच गरिरहनु भएको छ तर 5 मिनट्सको एन्डिङ टाइमर चाहिँ राखिदिएको थिएँ मैले
त्यो सकिसक्यो क्या अनि 0-0मा अड्किरहेछ अनि त्यतिकै कन्टिन्यू नै गरिरहेछ
ए ओके अब कि त्यसले एन्ड गर्नुपर्छ होला
मलाई रुम 2 मा पठाइदिउँ त फेरि
तिमीलाई मैले पठाउनु मिल्दैन नि दाइ नै होस्ट हुनुहुन्छ
ओए म छु क्या अहिले त म को होस्ट छु आफैलाई मिल्दैन नि त
दाइ
ए ल मेरो भयो मेरो जोइन ब्रेकआउट रुम गएछ
मलाई को होस्ट बनाउन एकचोटि
गरेन एक्सप्लेन गर्छु सबैजना ब्रेकआउट रुमबाट निस्किसक्यो है ओके सो अब लेट्स स्टप है त यो फेरि हामी अरू पार्टहरुमा जान्छौँ हैन सो अब के छ भन्दाखेरि नेक्स्ट स्टेप भने चाहिँ अब हामी भोट गर्ने हो है अब अहिलेसम्म हामीले के गर्यौं भन्दाखेरि एकअर्कासँगै अब इन्टरभ्यु ल्या जस्तो भयो वी डोन्ट ह्याभ त्यो एडभान्टेज कि कोही युजरसँग गएर कुरा गर्नको लागि सो एकअर्कासँग कुरा गरेर वी व्हाट आई अज्युम इज यु लिस्टेड पोजिटिभ थिङ्स यु लिस्टेड च्यालेन्जेस हैन पोजिटिभ थिङ्सले चाहिँ के हेल्प गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तिम्रो च्यालेन्जेसले चाहिँ पोजिटिभ थिङ्सहरूलाई चाहिँ ह्याम्पर गर्नु भएन वेन वी आर थिङ्किङ फर आइडिया अर सोल्युसन त्यो सल्युसनले पोजिटिभ कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ फेरि बिगार्नु भएन तिनीहरू चाहिँ जे छ त्यही हुनुपर्छ हैन अदरवाइज आवर एक्सपिरियन्स विल डिग्रेड सो अब के गर्न स्टार्ट गरौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ टिममा अब बोलिराख्नु पर्दैन अब सबैजनाले स्टिकर लिने कपी गर्ने हैन अनि के सम्झिने भन्दाखेरि सबैजनाले चाहिँ 3टा स्टिकर लिने हैन अनि यु भोट फर द मोस्ट टप प्रब्लम्सहरु भनौँ न अब 4वटा मात्र आइडिया निकालेको छ भने त के भोट गराएको हो हैन तिमीले भोटिङको पार्टै हटाइदिए पनि हुन्छ सो व्हाट आई अज्युम इज हामीले प्रब्लमहरु निकाल्दाखेरि चाहिँ एटलिस्ट पनि 20वटा प्रब्लम चाहिँ त्यहाँ निस्किनु पर्ने रह्यो है सो एटलिस्ट पनि 10-20वटा प्रब्लम त्यहाँ निस्क्यो सो 10-20 प्रब्लममा त हामी 10-20वटा प्रब्लमहरु नै टप प्रायोरिटी हुन्छ भन्ने छैन नि त सो वी आर गोइङ टु भोट देम है अब म एकचोटि पिगमामा हेर्छु सो कुन प्रब्लममा चाहिँ अब सल्युसन हामी सोच्ने त भनेर एकचोटि भोट गरौँ एउटा दुईटा मात्र निकालौँ बढी ननिकाल्नु कहिलेलाई है त सो टप प्रब्लम चाहिँ निकालौँ है त सो भोट गरे पनि हुन्छ स्टिकर लिएर भोट गरौँ आफ्नो फिगमा ग्रुपमा जाउँ ग्रुप 1 ग्रुप 2 ग्रुप 3 अब त्यो डट्सहरु मैले साइडमा टन्न राखिदिएको छु पर्पल कलरको राइट साइडमा छ है राइट साइडमा छ राइट साइडमा टन्न स्टिकर त्यो पर्पल कलरको डट्सहरु छ त्यो पर्पल कलरको डटहरु चाहिँ भोटिङ गर्न स्टार्ट गरौँ है त ओके सो डेटिङ एपले गर्न स्टार्ट गरिसक्यो भोटिङ गर्न ओके यहाँ पनि भइसक्यो सो हामी प्रब्लम्सहरुमा मात्र भोटिङ गरिरहेको छौँ है किनभने व्हाट इज अलरेडी वर्किङ त्यो वर्किङै हो लेट्स नट टच द्याट हैन व्हाट डिडन्ट वर्क त्यसमा चाहिँ भोटिङ गरौँ प्रब्लमहरुमा ओके सो वेडिङ इभेन्टमा मैले भोटिङ स्टार्ट भएको देखेन सो भोटिङ स्टार्ट गर्नु पर्यो कुन चाहिँ प्रब्लमको चाहिँ हामी सोल्युसन अब सोच्ने हो है इफ देयर आर सेम प्रब्लम हैन जस्तो दुई तीन जनाले सेम प्रब्लम सोचिरहेछ भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई मर्ज गर्ने हैन जसलाई हामी ग्रुपिङ भन्छौँ हैन अनि स्टिकरहरु कपी पेस्ट गरेर त्यही छोड्दै हुन्छ सो दैट इट्स इजी कुन चाहिँ एउटामा चाहिँ काम गर्ने हामी है त which is really important है एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ छ यदि वेडिङ इभेन्ट हो भने त्यसको एकदम कोर प्रब्लम चाहिँ के हो त्यसलाई चाहिँ भोट गर्नु पर्यो सबैले मुभी टिकटमा पनि त्यही हो मुभी टिकटमा कहाँ भोटिङ भइरहेछ तल
तलको साइडमा भइरहेछ
भाइ स्टिकी नोटको सट्टा लिस्ट भयो अलराइट ओके नेपाली डेटिङ एप यु आर अलरेडी डन हो टप भोट चाहिँ है यहाँ त्यो न्युट्रल हुनु भएन सबैमा 2 हुनु भएन कसैले कसैले एक्ट गर्नु पर्यो के त्यहाँ हैन लास्ट भोट काउन्ट्स भने जस्तै मैले नेपाली डेटिङ एपमा सबै ग्रीनमा मात्र देखेँ तल रेडमा देखेन प्रब्लम नभयो कि थाहा नभयो कि तल रेड पार्टमा चाहिँ प्रब्लमहरु लेख्नु पर्ने हो नि त सो प्रब्लमहरु त्यो भोट समेत जानु पर्यो है फेरि ड्र्याग गरेर ओके सो भोटिङ सक्यो हैन त वेडिङ इभेन्ट इज स्टिल गोइङ छिटो भोटिङ गरौँ सो दैट वी क्यान मुभ इन्टु द सोल्युसन पार्ट ल अब म टाइम बाउन्ड राख्छु है त सो 1 मिनेटको टाइम छ यु निड टु स्टप भोटिङ त्यसपछि है त सो 1 मिनेट स्टार्ट भयो सो टप 1 to 2 बढीमा एक कि त दुईटा चाहिँ प्रब्लम निकाल्नु पर्यो सो मुभी टिकटमा के चाहिँ छ एकदम वेडिङ इभेन्टमा के छ त टप 1 कि त 2 नट मोर देन 2 नट लेस देन 1 0 त मिसिङ Okay, 30 seconds है अब एकदम वाइजली चुज गरौँ किनभने यसैमा हामीले सोल्युसन आइडिएसन गर्छौं हैन अनि आइडिएसन गरेपछि केमा वर्क गर्छौं त इम्प्याक्ट भर्सेस इफोर्ट त्यो हुन्छ अहिले हामीले रुमहरु ब्रेकआउट गर्नु पर्दैन बिकज अबको कुनै पनि पार्टहरुमा चाहिँ खासै हामीले उ गर्नु पर्दैन डिस्कस गर्नु पर्दैन ओके टाइम्स अप सो जसको भोट भयो त्यसलाई चाहिँ सोल्युसन भन्ने बोर्ड छ नि ला मेरो झन्डै डिलिट गर्नु ओके सोल्युसन भन्ने बोर्ड छ सो त्यो सोल्युसन भन्ने बोर्डमा चाहिँ टप प्रब्लम चाहिँ के हो त्यो चाहिँ ड्र्याग गरेर टक्क राख्नु पर्यो स्टिकी नोट भयो भने राम्रो है सो सोल्युसन बोर्डमा चाहिँ प्रब्लम चाहिँ गरेर राख्नु पर्यो है त टप प्रब्लम कुन थियो मुभी टिकट को सरेको देखेन मैले एन्ड आइडिएसन अलराइट डेटिङ एप को सोल्युसन बोर्डमा कति 4 वटा प्रब्लम आयो टप 4 साच्चै हो यति धेरै भोट भयो र छैन यो यस्तोलाई भोट मिलाउनु पर्छ म त एउटा मात्र लक्ष्य होला व्हाट डु यु फिल मिसिङ इन नेप्लिज डेटिङ सिनारियो यो त क्वेशन भयो नि हामी त प्रब्लम र उसको सोचिरहेको थियौँ यो त क्वेशन भयो हैन ओके ल केही छैन अब क्वेशनमै काम गर्दिने how can we make sure that people are safe from harassment or misbehavior okay are the user at the end authentic or fake are you comfortable sharing your personal details with someone you have never met okay यो फर्स्ट को म अलिकति येलो कलरको जुन धेरै भोट आयो त्यो मलाई क्वेशन जस्तो लागिरहेको छ मोर देन प्रब्लम what do you feel missing in Nepalese dating scenario is not a problem है त्यो त क्वेशन हो सो येलो कलरलाई हटाइदिन and there are 3 यो 3 मा पनि अझ टप निकाल्नु पर्यो We don't have time, so tinta problem ma hami काम गर्न सक्दैन. Choose one. Choose one. Choose one. I didn't choose गरिहाल्नु. Okay. अब मुभी टिकटको पेमेन्ट एक्चुअल प्रब्लम हो त? अघि मैले भनेको थिएँ नि कोर प्रब्लम पेमेन्ट होला न होला. Proper information about seats for hall booking. That should be the problem, है त? How might we retrieve information about seats? Okay. So दुईटा seats र hall booking को कुरा हैन. Okay, त्यो online payment हटाइदिनुस्. This is one problem, है त? For movie ticket. Seat को information कसरी निकाल्ने? Okay. So wedding event मा तीन-तीनटा आएछ. Let me check. Data privacy of the attendees, food management according to the number of attendees, management of unexpected attendees at the. Okay, so यो तीनटामा कुन चाहिँ सबैभन्दा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ होला काम गर्न र उ होला त्यो अहिले नै भोट गरिहाल्नु त. one, choose just one. तीनजनाले नै आफै भोटिङ गरे हुन्छ नि त. कर्सरले भोटिङ गर्न मिल्छ हैन. तीनजनाले ओके स्टिकरले भोटिङ गर्न मिल्छ. यो तीनटामा गरिहाल्नु त. लेट्स बी फास्ट. ओके, सल्युसन बोर्डमा ओके नेपाली डेटिङ एपको एउटा प्रब्लम आयो है त. ठीक छ. ओके, नाउ जस्ट लेट्स स्टिक अन दैट. How can we make sure that people are safe from harassment? अब म यहाँ चट्ट लगाएर यसो तिमीहरूलाई प्रेस स्टिकिजहरू पेस्ट गरिदिन्छु यहाँ है. अब आफ्नो कपी बनाउने है. सल्युसन बोर्ड. नाउ स्टार्ट राइटिङ एन्सर्स. स्टार्ट राइटिङ सल्युसन्स फर यर प्रब्लम है त. जसरी अघि हामीले आइडिएसन एक्सर्साइजहरू गराएको थियो नि, टोइज के हुन्छ भने जसरी त्यसरी नै इन्डिभिजुअलले है आफ्नो कलर सेपरेट गरेर हुन्छ. म पर्पल लिन्छु, म ब्लू लिन्छु, म येलो लिन्छु भनेर है त. सो मुभी टिकटमा पाउँछु म आयो त. सो आई हेभ पेस्टेड दिस फ्रेस फर आफ्नो स्टिकी सेलेक्ट गर्ने स्टिकी नोट. ओके, सो लेट्स स्क्रैच दिस है त. उसको चाहिँ वेडिङ इभेन्टको चाहिँ लेट्स स्क्रैच दिस. म यसलाई बाहिर फालिदिन्छु. Let us start working on this problem. यसको सल्युसन चाहिँ यसमा फन्ट ठुलो पारिदिन्छु. अब तिमीहरूले वेडिङ इभेन्ट, मुभी टिकट, नेपाली डेटिङ एप सबैले के गर्नु पर्यो भन्दाखेरि आफ्नो कलरको स्टिकी नोट निकाल्ने. त्यसमा एउटा स्टिकी नोटमा एउटा आइडिया है त. one स्टिकी नोटमा one आइडिया. Idea solution. Okay, I'll give for the solution. 3 minutes started. अब आफ्नो स्टिकी नोट नि एउटा स्टिकी नोट बिग्रियो भने फाल्दिने, त्यसलाई माथिबाट कपी गर्ने पेस्ट गर्ने है त. समीक्षा रेकर्ड हुन्छ त्यो एउटा कपी गर्ने पेस्ट गरिदिने. अनि you can also use alt है त. alt थिच्यो भने डुप्लिकेट गर्न मिल्छ. So you have म यो हाउ माइट वी क्वेसनहरूलाई चाहिँ यसो सो नेपाली डेटिङ एप पनि आइडिएट गर्न स्टार्ट भयो है त. आफ्नो स्टिकी नोटले अझ पेस्ट गरिदिन्छु स्टिकी नोट यहाँ माथि. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay. नेपाली डेटिङ एपको राम्रै थियो. ओके, आइडिएसन सक्यो त? सकिएको छैन जस्तो लागिरहेछ. सो आई विल गिभ 1 more minute है त. तर यो चाहिँ अब फुल एन्ड फाइनल हुन्छ नि. त्यसपछि जे आइडिया आयो आयो, अहिलेलाई त्यसैमा काम गर्नु पर्यो. ओके. So wedding event management. Okay. So वेडिङ इभेन्टको मैले अलिकति रिफ्रेस गरिदिएको छु है. अलिकति युजर सेन्ट्रिक बनाउनको लागि चाहिँ म्यानेजमेन्ट अफ अनएक्सपेक्टेड एटेन्डिज एट द म्यारेज सेरेमनी भन्दा नि हामीले अब युजरलाई या त ह्युमनलाई हेर्ने हो भने चाहिँ हाउ माइट वी एन्स्योर द्याट अनएक्सपेक्टेड गेस्ट क्यान इन्जोय द सेरेमनी. अब अनएक्सपेक्टेड गेस्ट भयो भने गेस्ट त गेस्ट हो नि होइन, आएर म फिर्ता जान्छु भन्ने त हुँदैन मोस्टली मलाई थाहा भएसम्म. सो भनौँ न उनीहरूको पनि एक्सपिरियन्स कसरी राम्रो बनाउनु त भनेर जसरी सोच्नु पऱ्यो त. All right. सो अबको नेक्स्ट स्टेप भनेको अब स्टप गरौँ है त. अब स्टप गरौँ. मैले सबैजनाको सल्युसनहरू देखेँ. मुभी टिकटको पनि छ. अब हाम्रो काम के भन्दाखेरि नबोल्ने, कसैले बोल्नै पर्दैन होइन. टक्क स्टिकर लिने, सबैजनाको हेर्ने, अनि त्यही 3 भोट छ, 5 भोटले हुन्छ. अब अहिलेलाई 5 वटा स्टिकर लिने होइन, एकजनाले 5 वटा स्टिकर लिने. राम्रो लागेको सल्युसन्समा 2-3 भोट हाल्दै पनि फरक पर्दैन अब चाहिँ होइन. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट भोटिङ द सल्युसन. बेस्ट आइडिया कुन चाहिँ हो है. अनि इफ देयर आर 2 सिमिलर आइडियाज, त्यो 2टा सिमिलर आइडियाजको स्टिकी नोटलाई सँगै राखिदिने अनि त्यो सँगै मानेर भोट गरिदिने है त. बुझेको हो जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई त्यो कुरा चाहिँ है त. कसैले अब दुईजना मान्छेले एउटै आइडिया निकालेर हुन्छ नि त, त्यो 2टै कार्डलाई सँगै राखिदिने अनि भोट गर्ने. यु क्यान भोट यर ओन आइडिया है. अब चाहिँ आफ्नै सल्युसनमा भोट गरे हुन्छ, फरक पर्दैन. यु हेभ 5 भोट्स. अब म काउन्ट गरिरहेको छैन तर मेरो वाइजै होला होइन. देयर इज नो कम्पिटिसन. सो स्टार्ट भोटिङ. सो भोटिङको लागि पनि आई विल गिभ 1 minute. अनि होइन नेपाली डेटिङ एपको ठिक छ है. 3टा देखेँ मैले टप 3 ठिक छ. यु हेभ 20 seconds. भोटिङ अझ पुगेको छैन मुभी टिकटको. स्टिल डिसाइडिङ. वेडिङको गोइङ गुड. एउटा चाहिँ एटलिस्ट भोट हो भनेर बुझौँ. च्यातेर फालेको स्टिकिजहरू पनि रहेछन्. ओके, अलराइट. अब सो वाट नेक्स्ट है त. यो इम्प्याक्ट भर्सेस इफोर्टमा जाउँ है त. यो एकदम रमाइलो छ. सो एकैछिनको लागि स्टप गर्ने होइन. यु क्यान अब्जर्भ मी. इम्प्याक्ट भर्सेस इफोर्ट भनेर चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मैले इफोर्ट कति लगाएँ, हाउ मच इफोर्ट आई निड टु गिभ फर द्याट आइडिया टु इम्प्लिमेन्ट होइन. अनि how much impact it is going to give it to the product or the consumer. हैन अनि त्यही अनुसारले चाहिँ अब यहाँ राख्नु पर्यो. It's really easy. भन्नाले if certain thing, for example, if you are talking about implementing AI, हैन, so त्यसको लागि effort पनि धेरै चाहिन्छ, but it has higher impact, हैन. अब AI भनेपछि machine learning भनेपछि it might have higher impact अनि effort पनि धेरै. तर if there is like really simple thing, just एउटा like CTA button मात्रको change हो, या त if you add भनौँ न अब पे अन डेलिभरी भन्ने सर्भिस मात्र if I add in my e-commerce, त्यसको इफोर्ट पनि कम लाग्यो, इम्प्याक्ट धेरै भयो, because people are going to buy many things, हैन, अझै धेरै बाइ गर्छ भन्ने कुरा आउँछ नि त एउटा. यो त मेरो अजम्पसन अहिलेको, हैन, तर पनि. सो अब जुन टप भोटेड छ, मैले म्याक्सिमम यहाँ देखेको तीनटै रहेछ, तीनटै भोटेड छ इभेन्टको, हैन. सो होला त म ग्रुप गर्छु है, यसरी च्याप्टर्स मात्रै ग्रुप गरिदिने. So wedding event को पार्टिसिपेन्टहरुले ड्र्यागन अनि एनालाइज गर्नु पर्यो. सो चाहिँ क्वाड्रेन्ट हुन्छ. अलराइट, स्टिकर अलिक स्टिक भएन जस्तो. नो वरिज, सकेसम्म ग्रीन क्वाड्रेन्टमा पुराउन खोजौँ है त, अदरवाइज नो वरिज अहिलेको लागि for the workshop. Oh my, undo गरौँ है कसरी रिसाइज गरेर. I'll fix it. Okay, we have 40 seconds to map these cards, to map these stickies. Okay, time's up. All right. So time's up. It's not that hard. So we know about impact on Sarle. Just about movie ticket ko हेरौँ है त. I found two ideas just for higher impact with less effort. One is RFID chips based on booking. See what other movie apps are doing. Okay, that is under the research part right there. त्यसलाई हामी कम्पिटिटिभ रिसर्च भन्छौँ, एनालाइसिस भन्छौँ, हैन. सो so competitive analysis भनेको त त्यो अगाडि एम्फाथाइज भन्ने पार्टै भयो. So it is not even a solution. See what other movie apps are doing. Okay, यो एउटा मात्र आयो. So RFID chips based booking. Okay, keep contacts with hall owner about seats. So about Nepali dating app, म पार्टमा हेर्छु, ठिक छ. अनि वेडिङमा धेरैवटा कार्डहरु रहेछन्, एभ्रिथिङ इन द ग्रीन. तर पनि अगाडि टपमा यो भएको चाहिँ इभेन्ट होस्ट क्यान नोटिफाई द इभेन्ट बुकर अबाउट एनी मिस कमिङ भन्नाले जो नआउने भन्नु खोजे होला. एउटा त्यो भयो. न्यू स्मल इभेन्ट्स to divert audience if one small event gets lagged. Event host can get informed the marriage host about the delay in schedule of small events. Okay. So हामीसँग दुईटा स्टेप्स अझ छ and we are exactly not in time हैन we started 20 minutes late अनि ठ्याक्कै हेर्नु भने 3 hours भइसक्यो and we still have 2 steps to do. One is prototype जुन ड्रा गर्ने हुन्छ which I think we can manage it today. तर टेस्ट गर्ने पार्ट चाहिँ हामी सक्दैनौँ होला. सो मोस्टली भनौँ न जहिले वर्कसपमा चाहिँ यस्तै नै हुन्छ किन भन्दाखेरि we don't have end users. Let's start prototyping हैन अब 5 minutes ट्राई गरौँ. सो भनौँ न 4:30 सम्म चाहिँ यो वर्कसपलाई चाहिँ ओभर हुने गरी आजको हामी 5 मिनट्समा चाहिँ एकचोटि प्रोटोटाइप गर्न स्टार्ट गरौँ. जेबाट स्टार्ट गरे पनि हुन्छ. इफ somebody wants to do it कपी र पेन्सिलमा भने कपी पेन्सिलमा गरेर फोटो खिचेर कुनै तरिकाले कम्प्युटरमा लगेर अनि फिग्मामा ड्र्याग एन्ड ड्रप गरे पनि हुन्छ. One is that है या त नो आई वान्ट टु स्टार्ट प्रोटोटाइपिङ या त स्टार्ट ड्रइङ इन द फिग्मा भने फिग्मामै स्टार्ट गरेर हुन्छ. सो अब एप हो कि या त के हो जुन यो इम्प्याक्ट र इफोर्टकोमा टपमा परेको छ यो कसरी इम्प्लिमेन्ट हुन्छ त आरएफआइडी चिप्स बेस्ड बुकिङ अब यसको प्रोटोटाइप कसरी बनाउनु त है त कहीँबाट कपी पेस्ट गरेर ल्याउन सकिन्छ यो कसरी इम्प्लिमेन्ट हुन्छ त्यो पनि हुनसक्छ है. सो इन्टरनेट छँदैछ यु क्यान गो अनलाइन यु क्यान डु अ स्मल रिसर्च होइन अनि यु क्यान प्लान अब लिस्ट अफ इमेजेस पनि हुनसक्छ एउटा प्रोटोटाइप भनेको जस्ट टु कन्भिन्स द्याट हो यो चाहिँ सोल्युसन हो है भनेर. सो सेम गोज फर द वेडिङ कुनै एउटा प्रब्लमको जुन सोल्युसन छ त्यसलाई हामीले अब कसरी चाहिँ गरिरहेछौँ एपको बाटो गरेर हो कि नोटिफिकेसन हो कि के हो. सो यसको एउटा प्रोटोटाइप या त डिजाइन केही एउटा रेडी गरौँ है त. को हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो ग्रुप 3 मा सबिन समीक्षा and Nimesh. Okay, Nimesh is also here. यसमा जुन कुन चाहिँ आइडिया ठीक लाग्यो वेडिङ इभेन्टलाई चाहिँ त्यसमा अब एकचोटि एउटा डिजाइन गर्न ट्राई गरौँ न त. ओके 5-6 मिनट फिग्मामै बनाउनु पर्छ भन्ने छैन. आई हेभ गिभन यु अप्सन्स है. इन्टरनेटबाटै निकालेर सिक्वेन्स अफ इमेजेस चाहिँ उठाएर यस्तो यस्तो छ है भनेर एउटा मुड बोर्ड जस्तो बनाए पनि हुन्छ. अर पेन्सिलले छिटो कपीमा बनाएर फोटो खिचेर फिग्मामा राखे पनि हुन्छ होइन. म फिग्मामा खतरा छु भनेर फिग्मामै बनाए पनि भइहाल्यो. देयर इज नो रिस्ट्रिक्सन. ओके नेपाली डेटिङ एपको त के हो त्यो लगइन स्क्रिनहरू यताउतातिर हामी फोकस नगरौँ. हामी एक्चुअल जे चिजमा प्रब्लमको सोल्युसन छ त्यो मात्र बनाउँ. सो आई विल स्टार्ट 5 मिनट्स. कसैलाई केही क्वेसन छ भने ठ्याक्क च्याटमा मलाई लेख्दै हुन्छ. च्याटमा मैले अहिलेसम्म ओके 4 minutes 30 seconds. आफ्नो जस्तो सिमिलर आइडिया है इन्टरनेटमा पहिलेदेखि रहेछ है भने पनि त्यहाँ त्यस्तो स्क्रैचदेखि हामी प्रोटोटाइप बिल्ड गर्नलाई टाइम पनि छैन. सो आई डोन्ट नो अबाउट वेडिङ इभेन्ट्स किन अहिले अझ पनि हामी स्टिकीमै छौँ बिकज वी निड टु मुभ इन्टु प्रोटोटाइप अब है त. सो इच इन्डिभिजुअलले आफ्नो ठाउँबाट केही गरे हुन्छ यसमा. You can chat in Figma as well. Okay. So I think Nepali dating app को त prototype सक्यो जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई. There is one report button and it's done. हैन त? Okay. Okay, movie ticket को एकदम extensive research भइरहेछ जस्तो लाग्यो जति वेडिङ इभेन्टमा केही कन्फ्युजन छ भने चाहिँ आई नो कम्युनिकेट गर्न पाइरहेको छैन बट द बेस्ट थिङ इज एउटा आइडिया समात्ने अनि तिनैजनाले चाहिँ केहीमा काम गर्ने के जस्तो इन्टरनेटबाट केही स्क्रिनसट भेटाएको छ कि कुनै सिमिलर एपहरू छ कि कसैले यसको बारेमा केही गरिसकेको छ कि सो त्यस्तो रिसोर्सहरू सिधै कपी गरेर फिग्मामा पेस्ट गरे पनि हुन्छ यहीँ कहीँ एनिवेयर यहीँ साइडमै पेस्ट गर्न थालेर त्यहीँ बनाउन थाले हुन्छ सो यु क्यान लर्न फ्रम अदर्स अरूको ग्रुपमा गएर हेरे पनि हुन्छ है त्यस्तो सिक्रेट भनेर छैन यहाँ ओके सो इफ यु हेभ नो आइडिया कहाँ के भइरहेछ भने चाहिँ वेडिङ इभेन्ट ग्रुप अघि जुन हामीले गमलाहरू बनाएको थियौँ होइन सो त्यसरी नै पेन्सिलले नै पेन्सिल come up with the solid idea. $50 seconds. Yes. So यसरी गरौँ न त so as wedding event is still working what I want to do is I want to start from Nepali dating app है यसमध्ये I have seen two cursors here एउटा विवेक अनि अर्को कसको देखाएको थियो ठ्याक्कै भयो so एकचोटि प्रोटोटाइप लिएर आउँ न को छन् ओके अनुज विवेक एन्ड ओके हाम्रो पार्टिसिपेन्टहरूले आई थिङ्क दे क्यान अनम्युट देमसेल्फ त्यसैले आई विल गिभ 30 सेकेन्ड्स होइन त्यसमा के गर्न खोजेको हो एकचोटि सर प्रेजेन्ट गरौँ है त आई गिभ 30 सेकेन्ड्स फर्स्टमा कसले अनम्युट गर्ने विवेक
हजुर दाइ
ओके यु आर अलरेडी अनम्युटेड
युजर्सहरूले चाहिँ अलि त्यस्तो मिसबिहेभ गरेको छ लाइक च्याटमा अथवा कतै गरेछ भने वी क्यान रिपोर्ट अनि अब
थ्याङ्क यू टाइम अप सो अनुजलाई केही एड गर्नु
त्यही आई थिङ्क विवेकले सबै कुरा भन्नु हामी चाहिँ अब डाइरेक्सनमा मेबी डिजाइन नै रिपोर्ट बटनलाई लाग्छ
Ramesh, do you want to add anything? Okay. Thank you very much, Nepali dating app, presenting your idea. त्यसपछि मुभी टिकटमा जाउँ है त मुभी टिकटमा को हुनुहुन्छ अहिले we have Roger and anyone else Suvendu so okay 2 people okay, let's start from Oswald then I'll give 30 seconds
okay so we started as app तर लास्टमा एप चाहिँ स्पेसिफिकै भएन जस्तो आरएफआइडी ट्याक्स एकदम चिप हुने रहेछ सो मुभी हल्सले चाहिँ आफ्नो रेगुलर कस्टमर्सहरूलाई यतिकै दिएर पठाउँछ सबभन्दा फर्स्टमा अनि आरएफआइडी ट्याक्सले चाहिँ दोज स्टोर डेटा अनि युजरले चाहिँ आफूले कुन मुभी हेर्ने त्यो डिसाइड गरेर त्यो आरएफआइडी ट्यागमा चाहिँ त्यो डेटा स्टोर गर्छ अनि जुन बेला हल आएको हुन्छ हलमा चाहिँ हल ओनरले चाहिँ एकदम सजिलोसँग एक्सेस गर्न मिल्छ त्यसपछि लाइक त्यो प्रोसेस चाहिँ एकदम छोटो हुन्छ क्या सो यो पिक्चरमा चाहिँ कसरी त्यो स्क्यान हुन्छ भनेर राखेको छ
ओके मैले हाफ मात्र बुझेँ सो सुबेन्दु पनि यही टिम है ओके सुबेन्दु डु यु वान्ट टु एड एनिथिङ यसमा आई गिभ 30 seconds you can unmute yourself no sir okay okay मैले अघि च्याट हेर्न बिर्सेछु बिकज च्याट इज इन अनदर स्क्रिन ओके थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच टिम मुभी टिकट अब वेडिङ इभेन्टमा जाउँ है त सो मुभी उसमा को हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो निमेश म यहाँ कर्सरहरू हेर्नुपर्ने छ सबिन कोबाट स्टार्ट गरौँ जल्दी स्टार्ट गर्ने हो मेरो कर्सरनिर राखिदिनु न सो द्याट आई क्यान नो So Suvendu, if you don't know about RFID, if you want to say if you have any idea, यस्तो पनि थियो भने जुन तिम्रो आफ्नो you can describe it. So let's start from Samiksha then. Samiksha, you can unmute yourself.
Can I start first?
Okay.
यो चाहिँ हाम्रो जस्तो हाम्रो प्रब्लम चाहिँ प्रब्लमको सोलुसन चाहिँ लाइक इभेन्ट म्यारेज इभेन्ट बुक गर्नलाई इन्फर्म गर्नुपर्ने थियो लाइक कुनै कुराहरुमा अब ल्याग हुन्छ नि त खानेकुरा टाइममा नहुन सक्ला एटेन्डिजहरु बढेर अथवा त्यही रिलेटेड कुराहरुमा सो होटलले अथवा इभेन्ट भेन्यूले चाहिँ जसले बुक गरेको थियो एकजना फोकल पर्सन पोइन्ट वाला पर्सनलाई चाहिँ अब खाना चाहिँ 10 मिनेट ढिलो हुन्छ है भनेर त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ इन्फर्मेसन दिए अनि त्यसरी जस अरु धेरै कुराहरुको इन्फर्मेसन यसरी भयो अनि इभेन्ट बुकरले पनि ल ठिकै छ नि त केही भएन भनेर यसरी दिने खालको एउटा सोलुसन भयो
ठिक हो म त भोगेको मान्छे हो आई क्यान भिजुअलाइज इट नेक्स्ट
यु वान्ट इट
हजुर
अरु ग्रुप मेम्बर्सहरुलाई के एड गर्न छ
सबिन समीक्षा एनीवन क्यान एड
यसमा अब त्यही नोटिफाई गरेपछि अनि अरु एडिशनल युजर्सहरुलाई पनि अब कोही चिनेकै छ भने त उलाई जाऊ भन्न मिलेन नि त अनि एडिशनल रिसोर्सेसहरु पनि एड गर्न मिल्यो अनि त्यही नोटिफिकेसन चाहिँ दिने भयो
सबिन
एउटा अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के भन्दा अब जस्तै रियल टाइम नोटिफिकेसन कुरा भइरहँदाखेरि चाहिँ अर्को एउटा रियल टाइम नै हुन्छ तर कति जना चाहिँ आउने रियल टाइम काउन्ट काउन्ट चाहिँ क्र्याक गर्न सक्यो भने झन् स्ट्यान्ड बाई बस्न सक्यो नि त त्यो पनि हुनसक्छ एउटा चाहिँ म्यानुअली नै ल मान्छे धेरै आउँदैछ है भन्न मिल्यो एउटा चाहिँ अर्को चाहिँ के भन्दा रियल टाइम काउन्ट नै एक्सेस गरेर ट्र्याक गर्न मिल्यो भने झन् स्ट्यान्ड बाई ल अझै आउँदैछन् है अझै बाटो छन् भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यही अनुसारको प्लानिङ अझै गर्न सक्यो नि त त्यो पनि हुनसक्छ होला
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My interesting last. So even though we had really less time, एउटा दुईटा आइडियाहरु चाहिँ एकदम रमाइलो नै थियो. So भनौं न ब्रेनस्टर्मिङ गर्दा यसरी टाइम बाउन्ड भयो भने चाहिँ अझ स्पार्क हुन्छ अनि अलिकति पुश गर्दै गयो भने अझ राम्रो राम्रो आइडिया आउँदै जान्छ है त. Okay, so we cannot do the test part, right? So teamwork छ भयो हामीले छिटो भए पनि we did presentation in 1 and 2 minutes. So before we have any casual discussion, what I want to say is thank you very much for staying this long. This is also my first time doing so rapidly design thinking. Workshop where I say this is my first time. Otherwise, we would do this type of session. But Yoda phase like 3 hours somewhat we do it online in Leapfrog. We mostly use Jamboards or spreadsheets. Design different layers. So besides that, we use Google Jamboards and spreadsheets. We spend at least 2 to 3 hours for one session. And we do separate designing thing in Figma. So thank you very much for staying this long. I'd like to ask, like, if we can extend 5 more minutes, then we can take feedback, or we can discuss, or I can take any questions if you have. You can unmute yourself. We only have 10 participants. You can unmute yourself and hit me the question. Type the problem. If you have feedback, if you have anything. So first design challenge, how can we make the experience of online workshop better? But again, a good learning for me as well. So if anyone wants to say anything, discuss anything.
हजुर लाइक आज चाहिँ प्रोडक्टिभै भयो हजुरलाई धेरै धेरै थ्याङ्क यू
विवेक
हजुर हल्का ढिला त भएको थियो अनि तर राम्रै भयो धेरै सिकेँ मैले
थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच विवेक
थ्याङ्क यू दाइ
we had a couple of questions back again first month. So त्यहीसँग रिलेटेड कसैको केही छ
एउटा डिजाइन थिङ्किङमा चाहिँ हामीले कतिको टाइम दिनु पर्ला यसको लागि जस्तै अब डिजाइन पछि त डेभलपमेन्ट पनि हुनु पर्यो प्रोडक्सन जानु पर्यो अनि डिजाइनको लागि चाहिँ हामीले कतिको टाइम म्यानेज गर्नु कसरी हामीले टाइम दिँदै आउँछ त्यसलाई कति टाइम लाग्छ
गुड क्वेसन अनि फर दिस व्हाट आई वान्ट टु से इज हामीले चाहिँ लिपफ्रगको वेबसाइटमा गयो भने चाहिँ देयर इज लिपफ्रगमा रिसोर्सेस भन्ने पेज छ है त्यहाँ चाहिँ डिस्कभरी एन्ड डिजाइन प्लेबुक भनेर छ सो त्यसमा चाहिँ स्पेसिफिकली भन्नु हुन्छ त्यसमा प्रडक्ट म्यानेजमेन्टहरुको पनि छ सो त्यसमा चाहिँ प्रडक्ट म्यानेजमेन्टमा चाहिँ कसरी डिजाइन र डेभलपमेन्ट चाहिँ सँगै जान सकिन्छ भन्ने कुराहरु चाहिँ हामीले देखाएको छौं त्यो फ्री बुक्सहरु जस्तै आई हैव शेयर्ड यता स्क्रिन देखिन्छ भने
हजुर देखिन्छ
एलएफ टेक्नोलोजीमा रिसोर्सेसमा गयो भने you can download these books first ma aba bhanama discovery and design playbook totally inspired by design thinking हैन अनि invincible approach to product development so यो दुईटा बुक भयो भने चाहिँ प्रोडक्ट डिजाइनको लागि चाहिँ एकदमै बेस्ट हो इफ यु वान्ट टु स्टार्ट अब क्वेशनको आन्सर गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ डिजाइन थिंकिङको टाइम बाउन्ड छैन मैले भने किन डिजाइन थिंकिङ एउटा थ्योरी मात्र हो सेट अफ स्टेप्स हो एक दिनमै सकाउँछु भने सकाउन सकिन्छ 6 महिना लगाउँछु भने सकिन्छ म इम्प्याथाइजको जुन रिसर्चको काम 2 महिना लगाउँछु अनि डिफाइन गर्ने काम 1 महिना लगाउँछु आइडिएसनलाई 3 महिना लगाउँछु प्रोटोटाइपमा हामी मोस्टली डेभलपमेन्टको पार्ट राख्दैनौं तर कसैलाई प्रोटोटाइप र आइडिएटलाई मात्र म इटरेट गरेर 6 मन्थमा चाहिँ म एटलिस्ट प्रोटोटाइप भने चाहिँ मेरो लागि चाहिँ अलिकति युजरले क्लिक गरेर यताउतासम्म जान सक्ने बनाउन सक्छु भन्ने चाहिँ गरेर अनि फाइनली चाहिँ त्यो टेस्ट गर्न सक्छ तर भनौं न कुनै पनि लिन प्रोडक्ट डेभलपमेन्टको लागि 6 मन्थ भने त धेरै रिसोर्स खर्च गर्ने नि त सो मोस्टली त्यो रेकमेन्डेसन चाहिँ हुँदैन सो सबैभन्दा राम्रो भने चाहिँ गुगल डिजाइन स्प्रिन्टमा जाने यहाँ मैले अघि लास्टमा हेरेँ यो मैले किन चाहिँ स्ट्यानफोर्डकै युज गरे डिजाइन थिंकिङको लागि हैन त्यो भनेको चाहिँ बेस्ट हो के यो सो इफ यु नो दिस यो बाहेक अरु जो जहाँबाट इन्स्पायर भएको छ सबैको सोर्स अफ ट्रुथ चाहिँ त्यही हो सो यु क्यान सर्च फर डिजाइन स्प्रिन्ट 2.0 हैन अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ तिम्रो 1 वीकमा कसरी चाहिँ म प्रोडक्ट चाहिँ डिजाइनको पार्टसम्म चाहिँ भ्यालिडेसनको पार्टसम्म चाहिँ गर्छु भने सो डिजाइन थिंकिङ भनेको चाहिँ आइडियालाई भ्यालिडेट गर्ने हो सो वन्स दैट आइडिया इज भ्यालिडेटेड only then you are going to design the high fidelity design है हामी सफ्टवेयर एप्लिकेसनको कुरामा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी छिटछिटो बनाउँछौं यो टाइमसम्ममा है डिजाइन स्प्रिन्टमा हामी कलर युआई पनि हेर्दैनौँ कहिले काहीँ एकदम छिटो बनायो होइन आइडिया भ्यालिडेट गरिहाल्यो क्लाइन्टलाई या त युजरलाई अनि सबै ठिक छ थम्स अप भन्यो भने अनि बल्ल वी आर गोइङ टु डिजाइन द युआई के एकदम हाइली डिटेल भएर इन्टरेक्सनहरूदेखि लिएर त्यो सब बल्ल हामी डिजाइन गर्छौँ होइन अनि त्यो डिजाइन गरेपछि अनि बल्ल इट गोज फर डिजाइन इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन भनेको एचटिएमएल सिएसएसमा बल्ल जान्छ अनि एचटिएमएल सिएसएस पछि अनि बल्ल इट गोज फर डेभलपमेन्ट है अनि यो चिज प्यारलली भइरहेको छ भनौँ न फर एक्जाम्पल स्प्रिन्ट 1 भनेको चाहिँ डेभलपमेन्ट स्टार्ट गर्ने स्प्रिन्ट हो भने चाहिँ स्प्रिन्ट 1 माइनस 1 विक चाहिँ मोस्टली हामी चाहिँ डिजाइन इम्प्लिमेन्टेसनलाई दिएर हुन्छ नि -2 विक्स या त -3 विक्स चाहिँ हामीले डिजाइनलाई दिएर हुन्छौँ कि सो डिजाइन भनेको चाहिँ स्प्रिन्ट -1 सम्झौँ होइन डिजाइन थिङ्किङ या त डिजाइन स्प्रिन्ट -1 हो अनि स्प्रिन्ट 0 भनेको चाहिँ डिजाइन इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन हुन्छ स्प्रिन्ट 1 भनेको चाहिँ डेभलपमेन्ट हो कि अनि यही अनुसारले चाहिँ अब प्यारलली जान्छ है अलिक लामो भयो एन्सर तर आई होप यु आई एन्सर्ड
इट इज एउटा चाहिँ थ्याङ्क यू दाइ थ्याङ्क यू
साइटको कुरा सेयर गर्ने पार्टमा चाहिँ आई डोन्ट नो अर्गनाइजर्सको कुरा अदरवाइज आइ एम ह्याप्पी टु सेयर एज अ पिडिएफ है तर यो स्लाइडले चाहिँ एक्चुली इट्स नट द्याट ऊ के भनौँ न त्यस्तो रमाइलो हुन्न यो स्लाइडहरू किनभने मैले धेरै ठाउँको बेस्ट प्र्याक्टिसेस पर्सनल एक्सपिरियन्स राखेर बनायो सबैभन्दा राम्रो इट्स बेटर टु स्टार्ट फ्रम समवेयर होइन स्टार्ट सर्चिङ फर स्ट्यान्डफोर्ड डिजाइन थिङ्किङ यो डिजाइन एन्ड डिस्कभरीको यो प्लेबुक डाउनलोड गरौँ होइन सफ्टवेयर डेभलपमेन्टको लागि चाहिँ एकदम रमाइलो हुन्छ भने प्रडक्ट जुन फिजिकल प्रडक्ट डिजाइनहरू छ त्यसको लागि चाहिँ स्ट्यान्डफोर्डको चाहिँ एकदमै हेल्पफुल हुन्छ just curious about LFC process as a design team. How do you track and improve your existing product? So same answer. हाम्रो त्यो प्लेबुकको मार्केटिङ गरेर जस्तो हुन्छ जे चिज पनि त्यो प्लेबुकमा छ भनेर जस्तो हुन्छ बट जुन अनमोलको क्वेसनको एन्सर गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ सर्टमा भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ वी अलवेज स्टार्ट विथ दिस मेथड है जुनै पनि हाम्रो प्रोडक्टमा छ भने चाहिँ हाम्रो यो डिजाइन स्प्रिन्ट नसकुन्जेलसम्म हामी फाइनल पनि गरेर हुँदैन डिजाइन सो वन्स दिस इज डन हामी डिजाइन फाइनल गर्छौँ देन वी मेजर होइन सकेसम्म वी ट्राई टु टेस्ट विथ द एन्ड युजर क्लाइन्ट भनेको हाम्रो क्लाइन्ट डिरेक्टली क्लाइन्ट होइन कि क्लाइन्टको पनि क्लाइन्ट हुन्छ जसले एप चलाउँछ नि त सो वी ट्राई टु मेजर विथ देम अनि त्यसको लागि इफ वी क्यानट डु इट देन वी आस्क आवर क्लाइन्ट हाउ टु डु युजबिलिटी टेस्टिङ अनि उनीहरूले हामीलाई भिडियो रेकर्डिङहरू पनि पठाइदिन्छ वान इज द्याट अदर इज हाउ वी इम्प्रुभ आवर डिजाइन इज वी युज एनालाइटिकल टुल्स लाइक फुल स्टोरी एन्ड मिक्स प्यानल है यो दुईवटा चाहिँ एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हो फुल स्टोरी फ्री टुल पनि हो फेरि होइन कति नम्बर अफ भिजिट्स हो कि युजर्सको लागि चाहिँ सो युज फुल स्टोरी वी युज फुल स्टोरी टु रियलाइज कता चाहिँ युजरले चाहिँ त्यो बटनै मिस गर्यो कि या त त्यो फिचरको बारेमै थाहा पाएन कि सो त्यस्तो कुराहरू चाहिँ हामी मेजर गर्छौँ अनि देन वी गो ब्याक एन्ड रिडिजाइन रिप्रोटोटाइप इट validated with the client and this will be ball of very final design I feel it more popular than okay I think this much is too much for today thank you very much for your appreciation I hope everyone had a great time okay namaste
Thank you so much, Avasta. It was really amazing session. I also got to learn a lot. I've been design enthusiast for helpful boy. I hope it's same with our participants as well. Thank you so much for all the effort you kept in here. We really look forward. So हाम्रो आजको यो सेसन चाहिँ यही एन्ड भयो भनेर म डिक्लेयर गर्न चाहन्छु. Thank you so much everybody. Thank you so much Avasta.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye. Stay safe. Happy to stay. I'll end the meeting for everyone.